stabbing.
Fucking people. Greetings, adventurers.
We have started the GM swearing at us cycle already.
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna be a
It
good
was
day.
perfect.
Greetings, adventurers. This is Have Dice Will Save, the Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure where my 4 friends have set us up the bomb. Main screen, turn on. So,
Turn up.
You have no chance to survive.
you have no
time.
chance. Make your time. So, here we are at the end of the first story arc. I don't think we have any big announcements, right? Oh, in case anyone can't tell, Bree is not with us because we made the unfortunate decision to be born in Ohio.
Yeah.
And
I moved here, so that's my decision's more.
that's
unfortunate.
unfortunate for you.
Very unfortunate.
That's
None of
fine.
the rest
Especially
of us
unfortunate.
made the
You chose this
unfortunate.
She is buried in piles of snow.
Yes.
Yes.
As it turns out.
There is snow really in all of Ohio right now, but especially specifically on Bree.
At least,
Yes.
at least Scree can use her fire to
Yes.
keep her warm.
Yes.
Google the term snow belt. That is where she is right now.
So,
Like one of those rain
She
clouds
will-
if it's too cold.
hopefully be in chat,
Snowing right over her.
and Scree will still be doing Scree things. In the meantime, let's all take a deep breath. Because here we go. So, last time on Have Dice Will Save, the party continued toward Marshall's Stand after their time in the forests of Scortile and the swamps of Scortile and the other places of Scortile, the burning cinders of Scortile. They made their way to Wilterport to catch the ferry back to Marshall's Stand, and along the way discovered that water elementals had attacked the docks there.
Cool.
Tessie had a dream of a trapped owl and a message from a dead elf. After interpreting that dream, the dream team continued to Marshall's Stand and met once again with the team of kobolds, we'll say. Team Brood. Horde. Infestation. Of kobolds. And with their help, found the entrance to a long-hidden temple revering that which walks in silence.
We do not want to hatchling.
Yes, and refused to trade for hatchlings.
But they're so cute.
After securing a pendant formerly belonging long ago to a high priestess of the water, and learning that that which walks in silence might not have always been known as that which walks in silence, they returned to the surface. Oh, and also after getting themselves blown up by a fireball.
Thanks.
First time I've hit them with a trap, it was so good.
Dodged all the rest of them. Didn't dodge that first
nope.
one.
I rolled your perception check in secret specifically for that one, and you came in like 3 under.
Yeah.
It was great.
My perception is pretty low.
So anyway, they returned to the surface, got their gear back from the various vendors that they were having them serviced by, and went back for a nice night in the inn. Before the moonlight turned red, a vampire invaded their inn and ran away from them into the streets. Chasing them into the streets, they found themselves confronted by a scene that we will move to now. So,
We're all gonna die.
first we need better.
Yay.
We're gonna use the boss battle playlist.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
Guys, this ain't gonna be good.
If you would be so kind as to assist me in uncovering our map for the day. Carefully, please.
Holy cow, there's light effects?
Oh,
Oh my god, Dave.
As you will see, the fires in the inn are burning nicely.
And the
That's so
fires
cool.
outside
oh,
of
that's
the
so
inn.
cool.
Oh my god, I didn't see the light.
I'm not sure if the camera can see through the
No,
windows.
you can't really see through the
So-
windows at the moment, but
so right
I'll-
here in
when
front of
we-
me, there's...
You can't. It's all attached to each other.
the roof doesn't come off.
Yeah, the roof does, but then they'll see what's inside the inn, and it's
Oh.
Okay.
There's light effects.
there's light effects.
There are
They're
lighting
generated-
effects.
Spoiler alert: they're generated by tea light candles inside
Okay.
the inn.
So like
Yeah,
right,
buddy.
right here, there's a window.
Yeah.
with
Well, I'll pull
tea light
after it's done. I'll
candles
pull the
inside.
camera down specifically so that people can see it
Yeah.
at the end of the battle. So,
Pretty sweet.
That's so cool.
okay,
So if we were to say run away from the monsters back into the
that is an
that'd
option
be a
that is
poor
theoretically
selection.
available to you. So, I'm gonna set some people up over here. This is the inn you came
Dave spent a lot of time making this train. Let's leave it immediately.
Oh no!
Yes.
I totally just fucked the camera. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Do you have all our minis? Because ours
Yes.
were. I was over
Yeah,
here a second ago.
I think I found them all earlier.
Cool.
2.
Oh, I see what you mean about, yeah.
And before joining you outside, Lucas, you will notice that in addition to his normal beige shirt and pants you saw him in earlier, Lucas has donned a coat, which you didn't get to look at with Detect Magic, so it has but he has donned his coat.
Lucas.
Obsidian or Onyx comes out with him, but immediately goes flying off because he does not
Onyx is
want
like, nope.
any
Onyx.
of this.
Nope,
Yes.
nope.
Nope's out in
Oh.
true cat fashion.
And you see, down the street a short ways, a female figure dressed in kind of swamp green robes that look tattered and moldy. She has kind of shriveled, greenish gray mottled skin, just horrible stringy black hair.
Oh.
And there's like warts all over her flesh. And when you came out just before we broke for the night, she dropped an invisibility spell on a pair of minotaur skeletons
Oh god.
behind her.
Good.
Their bones look still covered in the blood from whatever flesh used to be upon them. These skeletons have not been skeletons for very long. And next to them, of course, you have the vampire woman who spotted you from the inn and called in reinforcements. And then off to the side, you see a pair of armored skeletal figures.
Oh god.
Oh, good. There's
of
more.
them.
Oh, good.
We can take them,
They're
guys.
So dead.
There's what? 1, 2,
There
3,
is
4, 5. 5 of them?
there's 6.
There's 6 of them, and there's 6 of us.
They outnumber us.
One
and
for
those
each.
Minotaur skeletons
They don't
are
outnumber
real
you. They
scary.
precisely number you
Exactly.
because we have
because you guys have Lucas.
Forgot about Lucas.
Assuming he's on your side.
If he's not, he's in a very poor position to be a mage.
Yeah, I know.
It is true.
Spends 2 actions to stab us in the back. Spends his 3rd action dying horribly.
Stab himself, save us the trouble.
Let us begin by having everyone please roll initiatives.
Always a good way to start the day.
I will need you. I'm gonna need. This is my my pile of combat papers for this encounter. By the way,
Oh, God.
this is all of the
Fine.
papers that are required
Fine.
for this.
These are yours too?
Yeah. Remember all my papers are over here? Thank you.
You just. Hooray!
Would you like to use a fuck orb?
No. I'm good.
Don't give him ideas.
It's a game we need to play again.
Fuck orb?
Just roll some
Basically
initiative,
playing
people.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The fuck orb.
that's not great.
Okay. Everybody rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyone above 25? Let's say.
This is a perception, right?
Perception. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, unless you were being especially stealthy on your way out of the inn, chasing a vampire into the street.
We're stealthily chasing a vampire in the street.
Anyone above a what?
25.
Okay.
Anyone above a 20?
Yeah.
24.
24?
The eyes of God.
Anyone higher than 24?
20. No.
Okay, so 24 is our top.
22.
22. What's your dex modifier?
My dex is 3.
Really? Look how that high. Okay.
I also got a 22.
Feeling a little bit better. About
And your dex is low.
Yes.
So Fantasy Flight Star Wars has specialized dice, one of which we need. Fuck orbs.
It's because it's red and it hates you.
Okay. That's almost everybody. Oh, I forgot to roll for Scree.
So, Charlie's dice? Die?
Oh, that's pretty good.
My die doesn't hate.
Does Scree go first?
Yeah, you crit on that thing a lot.
No, I love it. I also fail on it, though. Oh.
It's got high variance.
It is extremely well balanced.
Yeah, she actually just literally has to be first. So
Yeah. Yeah, Scree?
For those of you who don't know my die,
Emmeline, what do you got?
14.
Asher.
So you go last. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I rolled like a 3 on it. I was just like,
Okay.
it's gonna be a good day.
like-
So starting off
You have to take him over, just go, oh, fuck, before you actually start to get it.
is Scree.
She was intent on killing the vampire, and she just comes around the corner and just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Why?
Well, shit.
Scree starts. Man,
You're still tired.
Scree starts.
that's a tough choice as to what to do for
Fireball.
her. I mean, Fireball definitely makes sense, and it's appropriately
Fireball.
aggressive for her.
Fireball.
Okay, let's cast a Fireball.
Yeah.
I don't know what her other options are, but I know she has fireball.
And that's a range of, what, 20 feet, I think?
Radius?
That's what I mean, yeah. Radius 20 feet.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I will start to
Double
unpile.
check for me if you could. I'm gonna roll some reflex saves. That makes it.
Holy crap, none of my dice fell off the table when I did that.
Yeah.
That makes it.
No.
No luck. Oh.
That just barely fails. That critically makes it. That just barely fails. That fails by a bit. Okay. That's everybody? So that made it. Failed. Critically succeeded. Failed. Okay.
500 range, 20-foot area burst.
Cool. Put it there. Yeah. Yeah, it can. Okay, so that's going to be 66 damage. Three's first fireball, and she's not even hit.
No, didn't she hit us with it? Oh wait, no, that was the trap.
Trap
Yeah.
hit us.
It would be great if Scream was
No, it
actually
would.
Scream. It's like poking your head through a
Just threw it at her
sewer
feet.
grate.
Did not know I could do that.
Oh, sorry guys, got excited.
14, huh? Okay, so one of these doesn't take anything because they critically succeeded. The other one takes 14. Except, yep.
Does she have burn it?
Yes. So she does in fact add points to it.
I'm just gonna try and stretch it as much as we can, because once we start taking damage, it's gonna be bad.
I made it.
I think we'll be okay.
Sure.
I got heals.
Heals for days.
And also the murder undead things.
I like how I start this with just like infinite math.
Infinite math.
Doesn't take anything. This one takes. So she conjures the little mote of fire in front of her and launches it out. It balloons out just barely past Ivan. She manages to be patient enough to wait for the fireball to become a ball until after it passes Ivan. And then soars out, striking down in the middle as the bones get charred slightly on the skeletons. The moldy robe is weirdly damp, kind of steams a little bit. And the mottled skinned woman just snarls. And then for her third action, I think she's gonna take cover behind Emily.
Wise choice.
Mattress to your best friend.
Cover to your best friend.
Cover to your best friend.
So
That's a promotion I don't
Tessie.
think I've earned yet.
All right. I am going
When you take
to...
a shot for her.
Oh, you guys will notice that the skeletons did not seem to be as damaged by fire as perhaps
The
things
vampires.
with flesh might be.
Oh, okay.
As it turns out, it's a bone.
Yeah,
Bone don't
they're
get
made
burned
of
so good.
bones.
Cool.
I'm gonna open. Right. I'm gonna open with inspire courage
Hey.
and
It's got horse
Just like over the countryside.
then I am going to activate the owl pendant. And
It's free knowledge ability. Okay, on whom? Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Please roll your choice of religion or bardic knowledge, or bardic lore, or whatever it's called. Whichever is better.
Looks like
Um,
it's like my religion is higher.
Interestingly, I would also take occult for her.
My occult is actually better.
Okay, then do that.
Right.
Because she is several things.
So from what I understand from this one, it gets a static +1,
Plus
and then
another +1 because
another
you activated
+1
the-
from the activation.
Correct.
Okay.
don't use it there. Better.
20 total.
20, you say? That is exactly the number you needed.
Hey.
Yeah.
You hear the whispers of the pendant's voice in your ear. It's the whispers are kind of almost always there now, like in the background, but you don't really hear them most of the time. But the voice becomes a little bit louder, and you hear, "Twisted creature, double twisted by undeath." As knowledge becomes clear to you, and you become aware that this is a green hag, which has been inflicted with vampirism.
Oh, good.
How the hell do you make a vampiric hag?
That's a great question.
A what?
I
what?
say that out loud
Yes.
in character.
You will know it has
I
all
say
the
that out
normal
loud, I think.
vampire
Okay.
qualities, in addition to, which most notably would be a resistance to physical damage by everything except magical silver. The ability to heal itself quickly, and an immunity to a wide variety of things, most notably disease, paralysis, poison, sleep, that sort of stuff. Also, because it is a hag, it has a weakness to cold iron.
Good thing
we
we
have-
got plenty of that.
We have cold iron and we have fists.
Right.
Well, we have
We don't have
normal iron.
We have iron.
We have normal
And
iron
at,
and we have
at, a, at a
fists.
20, that's as
Probably
much
more
as you
just
get. You don't know
steel.
any of its specific abilities other than vampire stuff.
So that's a vampiric green hag. She is weak against cold iron, but generally resistant against physical damage. I'm gonna cast one magic missile.
You actually still have 2 actions.
Two actions?
Yes, the pendant is a
I'm
free
gonna
action.
cast 2 magic missiles at the hag.
Pew pew.
Please roll some damage for me.
Missiles in chat.
Aw.
5.
5.
Yeah, Sherry.
Okay. You send out the missiles, and it slams into her body. She rocks backwards slightly as the weird eldritch blasts. I'm sorry, no, not actual eldritch blast. The weird eldritch energies impact her.
Blast into her.
Yes, one might say. Next up is the vampire spawn rogue.
Yes, come closer so I can punch you.
What's her speed? Where did I put her speed? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Mm-hmm.
She gonna pull up on me?
You're gonna pull up on somebody.
Take Ivan.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. See? Yeah.
Let's go after Ivan. She is going to make a claw attack against you, sir.
You should not do this.
But she wishes to. That is, oh god, that's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that will do it.
For 10 points of damage. Slashing, plus you are grabbed. You've had this happen before. You're kind of familiar at this point with specifically those ones deals. Oh, also, by the way, you take I forgot. An extra 2 points of damage because of her sneak attack, and you have not acted yet. Speaking of which, Amelie,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Alright. Someone's attacking my friend and I don't like it.
That is true. On both counts.
So, I'm gonna attack the person who's attacking my friend.
Okay. So you're going to move up to her?
Yes.
Yes. You want to go laterally this way, forward and around? You could go. You can't really get into flanking position with Ivan because that's inside the building.
I'll go forward and around.
Okay. To behind her or next to her? Okay. That's you right there.
And then I'm going to roll to punch her in the back of the head.
Big questions. It's going to be a flurry of blows.
Yes.
You have the option to use Key Strike. I don't know if you want to use Key Strike against the scrawniest looking enemy on the board, but
I'm gonna
Use it
save
it is an
that.
option.
I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
Use it on the mook. Burn all resources on the mook.
Oh, I know. Yep. There we go. So that's a 25. Wait. Yeah, 25.
That's
26 because Sherry.
26 because Sherry.
That does hit. Okay, roll some damage. You didn't Tiger Stance.
Mm-hmm.
If Flurry of Blows only takes one action, right?
Correct.
You could have moved Tiger Stance then.
You do
No?
have the option if you wish to. I'll let you retroactively use the extra action for Tiger Stance. Because it's been like 3 weeks since we've.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Sure.
Since we played
You could
these
That's-
move
games.
Tiger Stance then Flurry instead of
And that'll be 2d8s then?
2d8s.
2d8s, yeah. But you won't get the third attack. You'll only get
Yeah.
2 attacks.
The third attack, which would be at -8. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's 13 damage.
Nope.
Yeah, 6 and 7.
Have a plus
Oh, plus 1.
This is your
plus
strength.
4.
Plus 4.
This is
Oh,
your
yeah.
strength.
17.
17 damage.
Okay. Roll the second attack, please.
And this is at a -4, correct?
You said
Well, -2.
17?
Yes. Well, minus 3 because of Sherry, right?
It's at -4 plus 1, so yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
-3 total modifier in addition to whatever's on your sheet.
Well, no, Sherry's wasn't performing.
Oof.
Jerry is performing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
Jerry
she is.
performed and
Free
used
action.
2 missiles. Yeah. The pendant is a
Oh.
free action, but can only
I
be
thought
used
the
once
pendant
per
was her first action. Okay.
That no.
Nope.
No.
So a total of 17.
Mhm.
You will notice that as the last time you punched these vampire women, they seem less punchable.
Okay.
So that is okay. But you nail her fairly solidly, like in the center of the chest in the solar plexus, and she still has a solar plexus, so it definitely takes the wind out of her a little bit. Also,
Does it
you
make her
have-
let go of my friend?
But you have Stunning Fist. And you hit her with a Flurry of Blow attack that you made both of them against a single target with. Which means she must roll a Fortitude save, which she fails.
Yes.
You don't need to activate Stunning Fist?
Nope. Stunning
wow.
Fist just happens. Stunning Fist, as long as you make both of your Flurry of Blows against a single target and at least one of them hits and does damage, Stunning Fist occurs.
Nice.
She
Dude, monks
is,
are better. They have done
Yeah.
they have done good things to Monk.
She is. Where is it?
Monks are no longer like bad rogues.
Yes, she
With
is stunned
saves.
1, which means she loses one of her actions next round.
Nice.
What is your DC?
20.
Sorry. Is there a critical fail for Stunning Fist? I don't remember, because she critically failed that check.
Oh, I don't know. Let's
I
look it
think
up.
there is. I think it.
Maybe
Maybe
she
she's
might be
stunned
stunned. I think she's
two?
stunned 3. No, I think the critical fail was she's stunned 3 next round.
Ooh.
Meaning she does nothing.
Kinda cool.
That'd be
Does
awesome.
that make her drop me?
No, technically not. But
I tried, Charlie. I tried.
but she cannot use any actions to maintain the grapple.
Is that a leveling choice? What is that?
That's a level 2 feat.
Yep.
Yeah, stun
Stun
3
three.
for a critical
Yep.
failure.
She loses all of her actions.
Yeah.
Fucking
Nice.
monks, guys. Okay, so that's Amelie done. Dealt a fuck ton of damage as you rake across her with your fist and then stun her. That puts us at Ivan.
I am going to use my first 2 actions to cast Spiritual Weapon
Where would
on
you like your spiritual weapon?
the hag. And oh, nice!
Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, a large greatsword appears next to her and swings for
Oh, nice.
a 24.
24. That's I'm almost certain we'll hit with it. So many pieces of paper, guys. Yes, that does hit.
25 because Sherry. So
25. Yeah. So and
I see the book.
all right. Does it deal +1 damage because
Yes, it
for
is a
Sherry's
damage
thing too?
It is a damage.
Okay. So it's even spells. Sweet. Then it deals 8 damage, 8 force damage to her.
8 force damage.
Yes.
She, as it turns out, is not resistant to force damage.
That's why it's force damage. Could have been slashing or piercing, but no, it's force.
We're not doing that right now.
As like a giant bastard sword disappears, the next one goes shoo, slices at her. And then for my third action, I will raise my shield.
Okay.
Hunker it up.
It's 2. Oh, it's 2 actions for spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. So that puts us at her turn. She gets nailed by the spiritual weapon and finds this deeply annoying. So she is going to
Yeah.
yeah, because you have to sustain.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll see if I end up wanting to.
Oh, you can trigger this afterwards. Awesome.
She waves a hand in the air and mutters something in this like guttural tongue, and a shimmer of energy crosses over her, and she vanishes. Sight.
Motherfucker.
Okay, so that's her done.
I used the blood.
You have not used it.
Okay.
That
some
brings
reason I
us
was
to
thinking I
the
used it.
skeletal champions. Who both move in. Let's go together.
Skeletons.
Let's kind of move this over to here to keep us in.
So
Remembering.
spooky.
Most spoopy.
Amelie,
Such
Yes.
spoop.
you're gonna get slashed by a longsword. That's a natural 20.
You getting slashed by a longsword.
Fortunately, they don't get critical effects.
Thank
It
you.
was nice knowing you.
They do get critical damage, though. So that is.
I get critical effect. I'm super cool. At least when I'm using rapier.
Oh, that touch was
You
get them eventually?
16 points of slashing damage for you.
okay. Okay.
As he comes up behind you, and you've squared off against this vampire woman pretty solidly, and just like out of nowhere, this long sword stabs straight into your side.
It's like, oh, yep.
Is it a ghostly longsword or a regular longsword?
It is a real metal longsword.
Okay.
It looks
straight longsword.
like a little rusty, and it's not been repaired
Oh,
in a long
cool.
You have tetanus.
Yeah. but it is a real honest to material longsword.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was something that I
The
could
other one
actually
is going to take a
grab
swing at
onto.
Ivan. It's technically still flat-footed because you are theoretically still grabbed.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Until
didn't
she
drop
can't
you.
maintain it on her turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Like 20 damage.
Yeah, because I'm flat-footed, it would hit.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's in fact 26.
Yeah.
Does it still hit?
That'll do it.
Charlie?
That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage for you.
Okay.
As even though she's paralyzed, her hand or like her claws have sort of like paralyzed, gripped to you. And you
Ice
get
grip.
slashed just under the arm
I'm going to very quickly jerk my shield into the way.
to intercept. Okay.
Intercepts, meaning that it is only 2 points.
Excellent. Excellent.
Shield takes that too.
Ends both of them. It is now Lucas's turn. Amelie, important question for you.
Yes.
You consider yourself a willing target for Lucas's spells.
Sure.
Cool. Lucas pulls, reaches
Cue
under his
them.
coat. Yeah, it's like,
Cue them.
And that's how we lost the combat.
Lucas reaches under his coat and pulls out this glass orb that immediately floods with a sort of colored smoke, similar in color to his coat, and whips his hand around it a couple of times, muttering under his breath, and then points, and some of that smoke like somehow just passes through the glass and swirls around Amelie as you double in size.
Fuck yeah.
Holy shit!
This Sunday, in the ring with not one but two skeleton minotaurs.
The skeletal champion gets shoved back as you now occupy twice as much space.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
That was the favorite thing I made for this.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cry.
You'll notice Lucas looks a little vaguely panicked by all of this. He is also going to take cover back. Oh no, he's going to actually just like kind of move off to the side over here. And that puts us at the skeletal giants.
Ouch time.
Yeah, they're not super happy about what's going on here.
I would attack them, but I don't think I'm gonna do much against the skelly mans.
5, 4, 5.
This one
Except they're
moves,
more like
and then
Clickety-clack.
No, I meant for me.
you must oh yeah. You must consume calcium.
Morgan suddenly starts smelling the blood of an Englishman.
Do I smell blood?
Smell Englishman's blood?
so the first of the two skeletons takes a few long steps to kind of build up momentum, and then just starts barreling straight toward Ivan, and ends up actually kind of like on the other side of the champion, but it does have this big ass fucking axe in its hand, and just swings straight over the champion's head at Ivan.
Oy, oy, oy.
That's pretty good. That is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. It
Here's-
actually has to do that slightly differently.
Nothing yet has been rolled that would miss
Move
me.
over there so that it can nail you with its horns. Because
Oh.
this has to be a horn attack. So that is D10. You take 5 plus 5 is 10 points of piercing damage as it charges you with its horns and just kind of like tosses you slightly up into the air after goring you. Please hold a moment while... Oh, as it does, it bellows at you. You have actually had some experience with Minotaurs. They are not completely uncommon in Skyvu skill. They're more common in Skyvu Stride, but there are a reasonable number of Minotaurs. They like to bellow menacingly. You're fine.
Yes.
That is its...
You yelled. It's very scary. Come on.
I'm sorry. You actually take an extra 4 damage because Terrifying Charge gives it a +4 circumstance bonus to its damage. That's its Terrifying Charge. It's pretty good, guys. And also, Amelie, have a Terrifying Charge.
It's pretty good. Speaking of which, it's gonna happen again.
24 to hit you. You have -1 AC because you are gigantic.
I have -1 AC.
Yes. You
You're
get
big
minus-
and thus easier to hit.
You get
Yes.
-1 to all dexterity-based stuff, including AC, but +2 to your damage.
Okay. Then yeah, that hits.
And other strength things too, right?
I don't
I mean,
think
to
so.
hit and all that as well, because
I don't think so. I think it's just damage.
just damage.
I think it's just damage. I will double check though before. So that is.
I mean, considering how loaded our party is into damage over defense in previous.
Ooh,
in
that's
past
pretty
comments.
good. That's
worthwhile trade.
19 points of piercing damage for you. That's maximum damage on that. It does. What's your will DC? 10 plus your will save?
10 plus my will save.
Yes.
20.
You just barely, as it charges you and nails you with its horns, and it's doing this like guttural roar that's coming from somewhere. It doesn't have vocal cords anymore, but you just manage to center yourself and keep yourself from being overwhelmed by the fear of this thing.
Okay.
They scary, you guys.
Yeah,
It
it
rolled
says
a
that
19
you are-
for its intimidation.
You
check.
also, the other thing that you get, in addition, is that you now have a reach of 5 feet.
Yes, yeah, you get 5 feet extra reach.
So instead of being able to hit things directly next to you, you can hit things 2 squares away. And you also, +2 to melee damage, but you are clumsy 1.
That puts us at Emily.
Hey. That vampire chick looks suspiciously flankable.
Does she?
Yep. I'm gonna be over by
That's
there.
true. That is
'cause
true. She is
that'll get
flankable.
me away from these minotaurs.
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a swipe at her. Ooh,
That's pretty.
that's gonna be pretty stellar. That is going to be a 33, 32.
That will hit.
No crit, unfortunately.
Actually, let me double check that. That's against her?
Yeah.
That is exactly
Hey.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I mean, it might not matter, but she must make a DC 19 Fortitude save, or become sick to the venom
Oh, yeah.
that is radiating from both of my weapons because I have doubling rings because I'm super cool.
It actually doesn't double the venom.
Ah,
It only doubles property, or only doubles
Damage.
the primary runes. I can't remember the word for them. Fundamental
striking in.
runes.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't double property runes. And also, that's not a property rune. It's just a property of the weapon.
Where's my other D8?
That said, she is also immune to poison, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, but we will be doing
You will, however, do...
buck tons of damage. Let me check my sneak attack damage. I don't think it's. I got one. And then this, and then it's a critical hit, so it's plus another.
Plus 1d10 for your rapier?
No, it's deadly D8. Oh, I
Okay.
do need that D8. Don't mind me. I'm just
Cousins.
assembling dice.
It's been a while since we've done combat in this system, guys.
Yeah, rogue.
When they're
See
sneaky
if it
attacks.
levels up at like 5 or 4. I think the damage goes up a little bit.
We actually leveled up.
So these ones do not get
last
doubled.
time we did that, or-
No,
these
you've done combat twice.
You're right.
You fought the
motherfucker.
vampires in the swamp, and then you fought the fire elementals. Both of them.
Your number of sneak attack dice increases by 1 at level 5.
Oh, sweet. So I do get 2 of these.
Yeah, you've previously
6.
fought almost all.
It is
all
5,
that are-
11, and 17.
Wow, that's a lot of ones that I have rolled. 12.
Hey, if you give me your hero point, I'll let you reroll all of them.
I mean, I'm still doing 20 damage.
It's fine. 20?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is...
And then I will stab her again. Well, I will try to. I don't know
Sure.
if it'll work. But we're certainly gonna try.
And mind you, it's only a -3 because of fairy stuff.
Which means it's only a -2 because I'm super cool.
Wait, also, so then
Well,
wouldn't that add...
it's agile, so it's -4. And then she makes it a -3.
Right.
So wait,
And then
wouldn't-
she's flat-footed.
Yeah, but that's to her, not to you.
Yeah. So 20.
Yeah.
wouldn't that have added 1 more to your last attack then? Or no?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Did
it was
you add the
great
plus
either
1
way.
for damage?
Oh, I didn't. So 1 more damage. 21 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if this one hits, this is now D6 damage.
Listen, I'm taking whatever I
Oh no,
can
this
get.
is D4 damage because this is my dagger. Sorry, guys. 2d6
Come on,
from
Paul.
sneak attack. I thought I got something else. Oh, because it's striking, so I get 2 of them. It's like, I thought there was more damage in here somewhere. Or 1. That 6, 10, 11, 12, 16. So 36 damage. 37 damage.
What the fuck?
Please describe the manner in which you are murdering this vampire.
Yes!
Don't need that anymore.
Getting real sick of
One
these
less piece
vampire
of paper.
chicks.
So Dave, am I still grappled?
Yes. Only her arms remain. Clinging to you in angry death.
She's stunned, so like you just have like the arm up to the elbow, just like,
Like,
sticking off at an angle. It's like pointing up at this direction. Just like, yeah. So real tired of these vampire chicks and their blood draining effects. So sees it latch on Ivan, and she's like, no, kind of like sides over, and as like the distraction of Amelie getting super huge, just kind of like moves in and just disembowels it.
Just cut her open, and whatever blood she has stored up just spills out onto the pavement, turning it red, like on top of the like dust and dirt that are already on the pavement here in the market row. She is dead.
Well, she's dead again.
Yes.
She is
Re-dead.
re-dead.
She's
She is
re-dead.
inanimate.
She stopped moving.
Somewhere, I don't know. Whatever. Positioning got a little weird there when you became big.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's almost like fights are chaotic.
So
I'm just so
that's
happy
is the end of
about
your
that.
turn, yes? Because you move attack. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Scree's turn. Seeing that things seem to be going pretty well for Amelie, she is going to cast haste on you.
Yay.
More punching.
And not only that, but that doesn't get rid of my clumsiness, but it
No.
Oh.
It gives you an extra action that you can punch them. Specifically, you must strike or strike.
Unfortunately, everything
No.
is left is Skelly Man's.
Ace would be really good on me. It would allow me to cast my. Oh no, that's because you can only strike or fight with it.
Yeah, but you could move and.
But
Yeah, but he can't
I can't
sustain the
maintain my
spell.
weapon and do the 3 cast
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Because maintaining or doing the cast.
And that's 2 of her actions. She is going to
try to do-
take Lucas's lead
Hide.
and move the fuck away. Because them is creepy stuff.
So spoopy.
Tessie.
Okay, am I able to
Could be
just
scary.
flat out take an action to do a knowledge check on something?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Spoiler alert. You should always take knowledge checks to find out their weaknesses and stuff.
Okay. So I'm going to start with.
That was the point of making the necklace. I wanted you
I
guys
figured.
to realize that knowledge checks are cool.
I'm going to start with
Yeah, but
renewing
they
my
take
Inspire
actions.
Courage.
Sure, but
Then
you usually
I
have an
am-
extra action that you could use instead of making a -8 attack swing.
What can I
I usually
roll
move and then attack that.
to try and find out about these Minotaur guys?
These would be religion or bardic knowledge.
Okay. I'm going to do religion.
And you get a +1.
Great. 24.
24 is quite good. They are immune to the sorts of things you would expect skeletons to be immune to: disease, mental effects, paralysis, poison, unconsciousness, death effects. They are resistant to cold, electricity, fire, piercing, slashing.
Is it okay to say that she just conveys this to the group without
Yeah,
me saying
absolutely.
this in character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I can still cast fire at them.
All right,
You can.
and so I have one more action. So I am.
You get 2 more actions.
More actions?
1 action to do the knowledge check. You get 2 more.
She didn't.
Inspired Courage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I
Oh
missed
no.
that part. Yeah. So inspired
Um,
courage remains up.
I
So one more
am
action.
going. Drop my phone.
Mhm.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Rest in peace, phone.
Don't
Uh,
drop that.
Calm
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, don't drop that. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry.
Are you though?
No.
You
I
don't
didn't
sound
think
sorry.
you were.
I'm bigger now.
You are. You are. You literally grow to like 9.5, 10 feet tall.
Yay.
You are taller than the.
I'm taller than the average bear.
Yeah, you are taller than the average bear.
Yay.
There are especially tall bears that are slightly taller than you.
Like
You
the
are
one
certainly
that was
taller
actually
than
bear.
average for bears.
All right.
Oh.
And I am going to send one magic missile to this dude.
That champion there. Okay. Please roll
Oh,
that.
how
for me.
you? Pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Actually, hold up a second.
Huh?
2 things. One, those guys are considered undead, right?
They are.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't know this yet. I was gonna ask if everything on the field is considered undead, but I don't know.
Everything you can see can be safely assumed to be undead.
Okay.
Except for
It
your
is
party
all
members.
made of skeletons.
All right.
You know for a fact that the invisible vampire is undead.
Yeah.
These are all skeletons. I think you can safely assume they are.
All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. magic
Perfectly
missile
healthy
that
skeleton.
dude.
Its organs are inside that bone.
2.
You and me are both rolling
3.
tons of ones, sharing
Because I forgot.
on our damage.
+1.
Because of your
Never
Inspire
talked about
Courage or
that.
because of them
She
dead?
is dead, so she's no longer in the initiative order. Amelie. You am big now.
You
I
and
am
me.
big now. And, well, I'm bigger. Freaking.
And hasted.
And
God,
hasted.
why did I decide that having the people I have control over buffing the shit out of the monk was a good idea?
And I'm already in tiger stance, correct?
You are
Yes.
already in tiger stance.
Because it's
Yeah.
a great idea and it benefits us, and that's
Yes.
what they would.
And it is, in fact, yes. It is. There's the responsibility of the PCs I'm controlling and the NPC I'm controlling, who is your ally, to be your ally. So.
Yes. So some dude just gored me.
That is true. And he is next to you now.
I'm gonna punch him the fuck up.
Okay.
I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Okay. Would you like to key strike?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm debating on whether to save that.
It's up to you.
Up to you.
Oh, by the way, being the first fucker to spend an action on a knowledge check, you get a hero point.
They've just
No, I'll
everybody's
do
like, hint.
I'm just gonna throw things with more bizarre resistances at you until you start making
That-
knowledge checks.
You know what? Guess what? From now on, that's probably going to be how Tessie's going to open
I
everything.
would hope. Like,
Yeah.
it's, find out what you're fighting.
I'll
Well,
use
the
a
problem
key
for me
strike
is I
for
just
this
don't
one.
have much variety in what I can
I'll
choose.
use a key strike
With me, is I
strike?
don't
Okay.
have enough actions.
So,
with my flurry of blows.
yes.
8 things I need to do every turn.
Yeah, and
And 9
Tess,
of them are keeping us alive.
Yeah, like I
Tessie's
don't have any
actually-
room.
So,
Tessie's
make
the
the
perfect
first attack
character
with
to
an
do
extra
that. 'cause
plus
most
one
of my
from
stuff
the
are like
strike.
little
Utility.
bits and bytes here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like most of my things are chip a little bit of damage, buff a little bit. So adding
Yeah.
the knowledge check on
Well, the
there
Enigma
is-
Bard is the
Wait,
one that is.
wait,
kind of like-
guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just
No, you're good.
so +1 from that,
Plus 1 from her.
+1 from her. That's 17, 27, 30.
Yes.
Plus 1 from what?
I did key strike.
Yeah.
That is a critical hit.
Critical
Fuck
key
'em
strike.
Dude. This fight was gonna be big.
I mean,
It is. Quite literally.
Okay? Yeah, it's big.
We have thus far only taken out 2 of the things.
Sure.
Really, we've only taken out one of the things. The other just hid.
Yeah.
That's
And the opening of this fight did not go so well for us.
Sure.
and I add a +1 to it, right?
You had plus 1d6
+1d6. Okay.
of
Well,
either good, lawful, or something else damage.
right, so
Spoiler alert, make it good. It's undead.
it's 20.
20 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll your second attack, please.
And this is at a -4. Well, -3 because of Sherry's thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it comes out to be a minus.
Wait. I have +2 to my damage because I'm bigger, right?
That is correct.
That's a 22.
Yeah,
That
buddy.
is solid.
Oh
Fuck 'em up.
my gosh. I won't fuck everything up, I promise.
No, not the building, the enemies.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm too big, guys.
It should be. I mean.
Plus I have
Dave,
clumsy,
can
so you know.
see to adjust it.
Alright, so
I don't really see it very well from our angle.
20.
20 to hit.
Yes.
That's hits.
Yes.
They do not have high AC, guys.
Okay.
They are giant skeletons.
Okay, so that's 2 of these. Actually, it would be 21 because of Cherry's thing.
Uh-huh.
10. Where's 14? And that's not critical, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. So 14 more damage.
And that bypasses resistance because of the nature of flurry of blows.
Yes. Wait. 15 because of my Does my key streak only count for the first flurry?
No, you
for the
get
first?
1d6 to this one as well.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah.
yeah. So then yeah.
So 14 plus 1d6.
So 20.
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
Okay.
plus 2 more.
I thought we already had it.
We did we? No, not to the second one.
Okay.
But wait, there's more.
So yeah, you turn and for the first time look slightly down at this gore-covered skeleton and just slash across its face with your fingers charged with key energy and this glistening silver motes of light coming off of it as you leave deep gashes in the bone of this Minotaur's jaw. And then with the same momentum, flip back around and nail it with a back heel kick, feeling its clavicle just like crack and splinter under the force. And then you have 3 more actions.
This happens in slow motion, guys.
Yes.
With this music playing because it's awesome.
The key strike gives you 2 hits in one.
It's a flurry of
It's player blows.
Key strike allows you to either you spend an action to use the key strike, which then also lets you either strike or flurry of blows. So.
I have 2 more actions.
No, you have 3 more actions.
I have 3 more
Hasted.
actions.
Hasted.
Oh, I forgot to do the
Monk solos fight. Full Metal 11. Should have had them charge Herbie.
You live and you learn, you know?
Yeah, well, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. So,
The audience doesn't need to hear me musing on my strategy for the fight.
wait. Oh, the second flurry of blows was still -4, correct? All right, so this one, is it
-8?
-8?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, -7 because of Sherry.
Yes.
Aw, I rolled a nat 20 too.
That's still a critical hit.
Sweet.
Well, hang on.
Wait.
What is that?
-7.
20 minus 7 plus whatever your bonus is.
13 plus. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's still a critical.
it's 20. It's 26.
Okay, I won't bother you with rolling
27.
silly things like dice for this. How would you like to murder this skeleton?
Take it down.
It's literally not possible for you to not kill him. Honestly, before the critical hit, if you had hit him at all, he'd be down.
So I do my first moves where I slash him across the face, then come back around, kick him on the clavicle, use the last of my momentum to grab this thing's skull and just bash it into the fucking ground. Because fuck you.
Do you grab its skull and bash it through its own skeleton into the
Yes, I
ground?
do.
So basically, you nail it, and then like come up under its head, grab it under the jaw, and then run up the side of the inn. And with your now like easily 800-pound weight from being this much unbelievably fucking more huge, you just drive it down through its own spinal column until it shatters there against the paving stones.
The Space
Can I
Jam
roll an
theme just starts
intimidation check?
playing out of nowhere.
Sure.
Welcome to the jam.
Wait, will that take an action?
No, although I will tell you that literally everything here is immune to being intimidated.
Damn it! Fine.
You can
You cannot
intimidate some
scare
respect.
the mindless
respect.
reanimated skeletons.
You can intimidate some respect out of Lucas if you want.
Lucas fucking runs. Skeletons, that's one thing.
Although
Space Jam
he
slam
made
dunking
you
a
9
skull.
feet tall, he probably figured you were the scariest one to begin with.
He starts to think maybe Onyx was right with the flying away right at the beginning plan.
I wonder how much damage the magic punching half-orc can do. Let's find out.
Let's make it bigger.
We have to go bigger.
Oh, this did not.
You have 2 more actions.
I do have 2 more
You
actions.
do have 2 more actions. What would you like to do with
I think roll more 20s. Isn't it?
Yes.
That'd be neat.
I'm gonna go to the next thing.
Okay.
To the next freaking Minotaur thing. See what the fuck I can do because it tried to gore my friend. Well, it
Sure,
gored
it
my
did
friend.
gore your friend.
It gored my fucking
It
friend.
gored me quite
Gored your friend.
successfully.
So this is -8 now. Okay. Yeah, and they can just continue to be -8s, correct? Okay.
They never go above -8.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. No. Well. Nah. That'll be like a 12 or 13 at that point. No. That misses.
Okay.
So I'll roll again for my next turn.
Last one.
Last action.
Oh, I gotta make it count. I gotta make it count.
I think you already made your attack.
I feel like
I think this turn has counted.
dropping a friggin' Minotaur skeleton from basically full health to dead minus like easily 10 more damage. If you had rolled the damage, you would have overkilled by at least 10. I think you're fucked.
Cousin's on cleanup duty. Target dead. Target dead. Oh no.
That is a nat 1.
Okay.
That's, yeah. I'm
Critical
down from my high,
fail.
guys. I'm sorry.
You turn around after like landing from this insane aerial move and just You just misjudge your new height
Yes.
as you like flail out against the thing and like one punches like literally between a couple of ribs.
I think the natural one you punch directly onto like one of its tusks. It's like,
Yeah.
Ow!
Yes, please take a single point of piercing damage.
Turns out it's made of spiky bone. Who knew?
Like goes to whip around like back fisted after like landing here. And just
So it is now the green hag's turn.
What am I?
what green hag?
Oh,
There's no
wait,
green hag
Am I
there.
actually taking 1 point of piercing damage? Damn it. Fine. That makes sense.
It's
Natural one. You
fine.
critically failed.
Oh!
I
Wait,
occasionally institute minor critical failure penalties.
Are you guys ready for some bullshit? Because I'm ready for some bullshit.
Here comes the bullshit. Here's here. I need all of it, actually,
Oh, good.
to make fortitude saves.
Ooh. Here comes the bullshit.
Scree and Lucas, after backing up, don't have to make fortitude saves.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's a 19.
Does Inspire Courage affect this?
Yeah.
It
Damn.
does not.
You were
Do
like,
not
yeah.
add to saves. Yes!
Yes!
Nope.
Aw. But yeah, I rolled a 19.
Okay.
11.
22.
23.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, everybody, did somebody say 11?
Yeah.
Sucks to be you. Everyone who did not hit a 21, so basically you two.
Yeah.
So you are enfeebled 1 for a day.
A day?
Jesus.
It's -1 to all strength-based stuff
Damn it.
For a
for
day.
a day. You are enfeebled 2.
It's okay. She doesn't.
Not that
do
you're doing that
strength
much
stuff.
strength-based stuff.
She doesn't do strength stuff. It's fine.
As she exhales this cloud over all of you of this like thick, almost oily mist that comes over you and clings to your skin and leaves these patches of like mottled rot on your flesh.
That breath is loud.
You feel your muscles like almost start to shrivel.
Enfeebled 2 is -2 to all strength.
-2 to all strength-based stuff.
So don't try and do anything strengthy.
Not that I do much strength anyway.
I was gonna say, I kind of naturally have that because I have strength of 0.
Yes. Mostly this affects you because it's -1 to your attacks and your damage.
Yeah. So basically, I don't take Sherry's Inspire Courage. It would-
Yes.
it would knock out-
Essentially.
Yeah, it
Essentially,
would-
yeah.
cancels
It cancels
out
out the Inspired.
Okay.
And then she backs away.
She can just do that as a single thing.
It's 2 actions. She moved into position
Last
after
turn.
becoming invisible, and then breathes the miasma upon you.
Just the worst.
Asthma.
Just the worst.
Breathes my
Her
asthma
asthma.
all over. Her
Oh,
asthma.
she totally should have. Oh. Did she do that instead?
Oh fuck.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you did let me do.
Yeah, you guys are doing too well.
Oh,
So
thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
she is going to attack Amelie instead with her last action.
Oh. Sweet.
That's pretty good. That's a natural 19. So that's going to be 34 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
That's a crit.
Good.
Wait. So, wait.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean my enfeebled is off?
No.
No, she
Why
did.
would
She
you enfeeble
enfeebled
yourself?
you and then attacked.
She enfeebled you, and then
okay.
instead of moving away
instead
from
of
her
enfeebled you
last
and
action,
ran away,
Okay.
she enfeebled you and then stabs you.
she actually hits pretty hard for a caster.
Ooh.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it's a hag.
Oh, and that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
That's fine.
damage.
That's 30 points of slashing damage. Plus you must make another fortitude save, please.
This is a highly lethal combat. There are no small damage numbers here.
No. Well, I mean, you guys are level 5. The numbers are gonna go up. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm saying on both sides. I wasn't
Yeah.
saying on like.
19.
That fails.
Oh
You are now
no!
enfeebled 2.
Oh no!
that was the risk. I was like, yeah, she would take that risk. She knows what's up. Oh, also, by the way, you notice her wounds heal. Vampires have fast healing. the poor...
How much? All of it?
No.
Okay. I'm like, oh.
Yep, she just
fast
fell
healing-
out again.
Yeah,
Like,
fast
no,
healing
you notice that
8
like
would be a lot.
some of the burns from
Yeah.
Scree's fireball start to like smooth over to you
Mm-hmm.
know still horrifyingly mottled skin. But
She heals 100%. She's just,
yeah,
you know,
weird. She's still hurt, but significantly less hurt than she was a minute ago.
Vampires have fast healing that doesn't turn off.
Yeah, their fast healing just.
That's the thing. Like trolls, you know, hit them with some acid or fire, and like their fast healing stops.
Yep. So that is
Vampires.
her turn.
Nope.
It is now the Skeletal champion over here, who, sensing the urgency, is going to join in on attacking you.
On me?
Yeah.
Yay.
He is going to move over here to do it.
unfortunately, by making you taller, Lucas pretty much just made you a target.
Thanks, Lucas. I mean,
He also allowed you to destroy the shit out of the largest enemy you've ever fought.
fair.
That's okay. It's a 22.
Sherry, did you say these? Oh yeah, the skeletons have heat resistance. Damn. They're resistant to everything. Yeah.
They're resistant to a lot of things. That's true. Skeletons have a wide range of resistance. That's minimum damage.
And I have a very narrow range of attack.
5 points of slashing damage for you. And then he will slack. Oh, that's no. Natural 3 on that one.
Okay.
So he gets up behind you and along the way slashes his sword kind of against the small of your back, which is now approximately at the height of his face.
Dead
And comes up next to you, slashes out with claws, but like your garment has become larger with you, so he just misestimates where flesh is at this point. And that's that champion. Where's the other one? Oh, he's right there. Convenient. Already flanking. Oh no, he has to actually step over one. So, oh no, he can't flank because his buddy is taking up that spot.
Dead.
Lame. Okay, well, he will just attack you then. That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
That's a natural 2.
Yes.
He's not even getting a third action. Between those 2 rolls, he slashes out with his sword, and just like it gets tangled up in the folds of your monk robes. And he just can't get around for another attack. Lucas's turn.
And does Lucas have any feelings?
He does not. He is actually an arcane witch. He does, however, kind of look at the shattered pile of bone underneath your now, like, kind of mangled and bloody body, because you got hit pretty hard. And he giggles nervously. He's like, and hits you with his minor ward hex.
Protect. He
So
protects.
you
He also
gain
Protect.
plus
just
1
protect.
status bonus to your armor class and saving throws against undead creatures.
Yay!
Nice. 24 hours. Oh no, I'm sorry. For the next minute, as long as he sustains it.
Cool. I will take it.
Some ward music right here.
Yeah. This is Lucas's theme song, I guess. Whatever.
Lucas, a big EDM fan.
And then he just literally like ducks around this corner and takes cover.
He's like, nope.
I was like, none of this shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Now it's the Giants. That's right, the Giant.
He gets to go before I do?
Yes.
Yeah, you and I were pretty late in the initiative order.
No, you came right at you were right at the beginning, right after Tessie.
I think
Amelie.
he got skipped.
Yeah, the Giants
right,
have
that's
already
what-
gone. I've only had one turn.
Yeah.
Did you get skipped?
Yeah. He got skipped.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. No, okay, you're okay.
I
okay,
I need to stab people with
Yes,
ghost weapons.
You were right. You were right next to the vampire
vampire who
spawn
died.
that got crit to
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
So I guess I just kind of like missed you along that line because
Okay.
I was scratching out. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna actually rewrite that whole line. So
Sure.
continue.
But I'll go now. It's because I think I tied with her.
Yes.
For my initiative.
You and Amelie both tied. So I
yeah.
got Amelie in there, but like you were kind of included in the crossing off of the vampire, I guess. So my bad.
Well, I am now that she's.
If it makes any difference, we'll rewind time a little bit so your actions happen.
But now that it doesn't matter tremendously.
Sure, we'll say that because like everything that happened in the last round, you got kind of staggered a little bit.
Yeah, so
and
this
your
this
action
round I
became
went a little later.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna maintain my spiritual weapon. It's gonna fly back over and stab at
It's actually strictly better because you have the option of stabbing her because she was invisible.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
was invisible where your turn would have been. So you going for her?
Yeah, go for her. Now that she's reappeared.
Yep.
And that is a 26.
That hits.
Ah,
2 damage. Force damage.
2 force damage.
the ones on the damage dice are flying today.
They are. And then I am going
They've actually
to
gotten a couple of ones on there.
I'm going to quickly just like kind of put my sword.
Did you add the inspired courage, by the way?
Yeah. I rolled a 1.
I didn't know if anything else.
Yeah. I'm going to quickly like take my sword and just kind of like resheath it quickly so I can or I suppose just drop it as a free action so that I can have a hand free to quickly do battle medic
Thank you.
on Amelie.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm going for the DC 20.
Heal everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that
there you go.
Easily. Does that?
Might be a crit.
That's a crit. So
Shit.
critically
What?
it is
2d8 plus
4
10 or something?
48 plus 10.
Okay.
Another D8. Here it is.
Not bad.
23. You heal for 23.
Jeez.
Oh,
Battle Medic.
As
So
basically
good.
like I see a lot of your wounds, and I just kind of quickly like I drop my sword, reach into my pack, and pull out like a bandage and an ointment, and just kind of go like and just slap like a
Funny
big
story.
bandage onto your.
In order to do that, you have to have a healing kit on a bandolier to get it down to
I
one
do.
action. Right, I'm just saying you can't pull it out of your pack. It has to be like strapped across your chest.
Sure,
like some kind
out
of
of my
horrifying
pack.
warrior doctor.
Out of my pack, that is like
Right.
yeah, I do in
just
fact
kinda
have a
think
healing kit
that
and a
Ivan
bandolier,
would
which
have
I
a
got
healing kit on a
specifically.
bandolier.
Yes, I'm just saying.
Your
Like,
armor, like have like a little.
Oh, I just have.
toilet paper roll of gauze.
I mean, you just have like packs, and yeah, when I said
Yeah.
pack, I mean like pouches that I
Yeah.
have all over. It
I was
wasn't.
just
Yeah.
pointing
Packs
out
on
that
packs on packs.
It wasn't. I
was
didn't take it out of the bag
really
of holding.
bizarre. Yeah, it's just very weird.
I
'cause
reach
you're
into
just-
like my
it's just
Batman
like,
utility belt.
He just has like a.
I basically reach
Bracer
into
has
my
like a
Batman
squirt
utility
dispenser
belt.
of ointment, like a.
Like
just
Spider-Man.
Pull out like
Just like,
fucking.
Anyway,
It's like an active
And then as my
version of
final
Mandalorian.
action, I'm going to do the same to myself. Again, DC 20.
Okay, sure.
And yeah, that hits easily. That is another crit. So I heal.
Ooh, yeah.
28.
Okay. So now the skeletal giant. Are you within his reach? You are. Fantastic. You're Ivan. You're adjacent to him, but Ivan is also within his reach because his axe, he has a reach of 15 feet. So he is going to use his broad swipe. He makes an attack against 2 adjacent foes, both of whom are within his reach. Amelie. That's probably not going to hit. 18 with you being flat-footed?
Oh.
What's
I have
your
the
AC?
plus 1.
No, you don't have
Oh.
a +1, but she has 19.
Wait, I got a plus.
She does have a +1 from the ward.
Oh right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 20 minus 2 is 18, so it still hits.
No, she has
No.
21 usually.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
20
the ward
usually, but
actually
I-
pushes her over.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. You
Ward.
he slashes out, and just the magic that Lucas has laid on you, just somehow like you actually watch it turn the angle of the blade away, as though like
Just
fortune
barely.
had decided you will not be hit today.
Little tiny fingers. Pinch the blade.
Yeah. Just like the shimmering light kind of gathers around the blade and just turns it aside the tiniest bit
There's
to
like
just miss you.
there's a character in Ruby where that's kind of what she does. Like she can bend metal
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and like to have it just barely miss her.
How does Ivan feel about a 22 to hit?
I feel like that doesn't. I feel like I have a lot of armor.
Well, that didn't work out like I'd hoped.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm not
Ivan
grabbed
finally has
anymore.
surpassed Emmeline in
I
AC.
feel like I'm not grabbed anymore and thus have armor again.
No. He doesn't really have the option to withdraw.
No.
So I mean, he could. It just wouldn't. He's a mindless skeleton. He's there until he's dead. So he's going to use his third action to take another swing at Amelie, I guess.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
It's still at a -8, right?
Yes.
He gets bonuses the more he swings.
The ward gets him again, actually.
Ward.
Weirdly, there are certain circumstances where monsters can get bonuses the more they swing, but
That's
not him.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ward's really good. I think I something like that I can do.
You
I
can-
don't have it prepared right now.
The cantrip
Yeah.
is a one specific creature,
Yeah.
but this is a type of creatures.
Okay. Yeah.
She is protected against all.
But I have a cantrip that
undead.
does a functionally similar thing against a single enemy. I don't have it prepared right now, though.
That puts us at Emmeline.
Okay, Sherry, did you say that the hag was immune to fire or damage resistant?
I
She
don't.
is not resistant to fire.
Okay. I'm gonna activate my dashing bracelet so that I get a little bit of extra movement speed.
Sure.
I'm gonna sprint around behind the hag so that I am flanking, and I will cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
Here you are, sir.
Okay.
I will cast Produce Flame. Hey.
That's better.
Yeah.
Let's see. What the hell do I add to this?
It's going to be your charisma modifier.
Ugh.
Yeah, but I just had to go
Plus,
through. So
wait.
10 plus 1. So 11. So 26.
Yes.
And I am flanking, so I get sneak attack.
You do.
Have a butt ton of damage. Or have some ones. That's also cool.
You know.
3, 5, 5, 10. Plus 3. 13 damage.
Okay.
That is a 2-action ability, so that's my turn.
Okay. This is it. Scree again. She is not currently maintaining anything because haste has a duration, I believe.
I think so.
So she is going to. Yeah. Let's roll out the fire orb. Flaming sphere. They aren't even paying attention to the flaming sphere. They don't appreciate my
God.
handiwork.
I like how you have to have her flanking with my my sword.
Yeah.
Exactly, she would be standing where my sword is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We can rearrange that.
That's
The sword and the sphere technically don't take up space.
Yeah.
really awesome because I've seen
Oh, no.
various versions of the various development versions of that flaming sphere.
Mhm.
This is the first time I've seen the
20
final painted
Pretty
Yep,
cool.
product.
makes the reflex save.
He's been working on that one for a while.
That was one of the earlier ones I did. I decided I wanted you guys to have the flaming sphere and the spiritual weapon, and in case it doesn't come up in this combat, she also has her fire method.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fire
Oh, that's
method.
cool.
Ah!
Show it to the camera. We have a fire method now.
method.
Yeah.
But I decided that I wanted those to be actually like represented on the board. Right. So she makes her reflex save against that. I believe it's Screw's turn. Done. Tessie.
Okay. I'm gonna take off Inspire Courage for the moment
Okay.
because I am going to expend my last level 1 with just whomping 3 magic missiles at the hag.
Okay.
Haste actually doesn't say anything about duration.
Does it say sustained?
No, it does not.
It's gotta have a duration.
Oh, duration 1 minute. There it is.
Okay,
It was,
good.
It was hiding.
But it's just flat. She doesn't have to spend actions to save.
That is a total of 10 damage.
It was on the page flip. That's why I couldn't see it.
I see suddenly just kind of stops singing and dancing.
She's just like,
And fuck you.
So she's doing her acrobatic thing, and then just like while in a handstand, just like whips her hand around and shoves her hand through a portal, bringing with it 3 missiles that just go right in her face, and she looks rough. She is fucked up.
She showed up, closed it. She's like, yeah, I can close. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Everybody jumps on her. She's like, nope, that's gotta die.
Cool. That puts us. Tessie is done. That puts us at Amelie.
Okay.
Remember, Inspire
Oh.
Courage is not up right
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
Take her out.
Step on the hag.
that's what I want to try to do, actually.
Flurry of stomps.
For flurry of stuff.
Squish that hag.
You
I
should
can have her
have
stand
moved.
right next to the enlarged, hasted monk.
There were supposed to be more things supporting her.
Flurry of Nose.
Yeah, well, like when she was back behind the enemies and everything could have just turned on me, like I was like, I can't really get over there. But when she
I'm
moved
proud of
there, I
you
was
for
just
that
like,
one, Cherry.
yeah, it's worth it.
I can move there.
Full hit points. Sneak attack.
It was also really bad that the giant missed all his attacks. Because that was going to be a bunch of damage that could have given her some
I don't think that's bad.
it's great. It's real great. Oh
Rolled
my god.
a natural 19.
That's going to hit.
Okay.
It's plus whatever minus 2.
All right. So yeah. Plus. So plus what? 11. Yeah. 29. 30.
30.
It's gonna be 30.
Okay, that hit.
Is that a critical?
Not a crit.
Plus 11?
Yeah.
Your-
Well, minus 2.
You have -2 from being enfeebled, and you
Yeah.
are no longer getting her performance.
Right.
Yeah.
You stop performing.
Yeah, so it's 13 plus 19 minus 2 for evil.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, that is not quite a critical hit.
Darn. It's okay.
There's been a lot of shifting pluses and minuses
Yes.
recently. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
the
make sure we
bonuses
had all
and-
the
And penalties have
bonuses
been,
added up in my
as
head.
we've gone on, more and more factors start working into
Uh-huh.
this dice.
Can I retroactively go into
You're already in.
You're already in Tiger Stance.
Yeah, once you're in Tiger Stance, you are in
Okay.
until you leave.
Okay.
Or until the fight ends.
Nice catch.
And Tiger Stance makes your attacks into slashing instead of bludgeoning,
Slashing.
right? So you might go out of it if you want to switch back to bludgeoning instead of slashing.
Sure.
But other than that,
Well, you're in it
Right.
until the fight
You're in
ends.
it
or
until the
you
fight ends or
declare
you say you
yourself
want.
out.
yeah.
Wait, I had +2 damage written down.
Yes.
Yes, you still have plus
You
2
still have
damage.
plus 2 damage, although you also have minus 2 damage.
Yeah, actually, your damage is completely
Your damage is
neutral.
just
right?
kind of
It's
normal.
normal. Okay.
Okay. Because you were made big and then made skinny. Feeble little monk.
It's like this giant like skeleton.
That's 13 damage then.
Oh no!
Giant noodly armed
13
monk.
damage.
We brought our own skeleton.
That's 13 damage for me to step on the hag lady.
Stomp.
And I'm hasted, correct?
Still
You are.
damage. Nice.
Well, here's the thing. This is why he made me big, because I was strong before this.
I might have chosen wisely for the benefit of my fight, but I really wanted to paint a giant Amelie.
I am glad you did.
Really,
It just
really want.
this fucking made my day.
I have printed but not yet painted giant Ivan.
This just made my day.
I thought
Emily,
about
just-
printing giant
at
Emily,
some
but I felt like
point,
giving her
there
minus
will
1
be
to
a
all
day-
dexterity stuff was a bad
Yeah.
idea.
It was a bad idea.
It's really bad.
There will be a day when Ivan goes into full fuck mode and just goes, screw this shield, screw your healing,
Right.
fuck everything, I'ma kill this shit. It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Enlarged bastard sword time.
Alright, so that's 1 hit.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna swing at this giant skeleton thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you said the hag's looking raggedy right now, isn't
It's
she?
just not so good.
All right, I'm gonna try swinging at the hag again.
You gonna flurry?
Minus 4.
You haven't flurried this
That is
round,
correct.
have you?
He is not flurried.
I'll flurry. I'll
Oh.
flurry.
Okay.
This will be -4, and the next will be -8,
Minus
right?
Yeah.
He's still stomping on her.
Mm-hmm. Flurry of
of
kicks.
toes.
Flurry of
Stomp,
Stomp, stomp, stomp, stomp, stomp, stomp, stomp.
Flurry of toes.
Nope.
I am proud of you today, Sherry.
Nope.
That's a terrible roll.
Good. You deserve it after that.
I didn't. That wasn't even her fault.
You
I
as a
know.
group deserve it after that.
Dave's like, oh, I'm trying to kill your characters now. I was just trying for a good fight. Now you're dead.
Yeah.
Welcome to reinforcements, motherfucker.
That's a 20.
20?
Yes.
Misses.
Okay.
Everyone's stats are nope.
So both my flurries. All right, so now I'm gonna go after the monster thing.
Okay.
And I have 2 more actions, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, both at -8.
Correct.
So that's what is that? 23 for the
Against
skeleton.
The skeleton, that hits.
Yes.
Are you rolling a D8 and a D10? 2D10, right?
2d8.
Yeah.
2D8.
Whoops.
Just
So does the
grab
last
one.
thing not count then?
Sorry?
Because I rolled a D8 and a D10 for the last thing.
Just an addition.
But
You
it's still,
accidentally grabbed a D10
Oh,
instead of
Yeah.
for the against
But I mean,
the last whatever. I'll
it
just
still
take 2
wound up
damage
being
off.
it wound up being less than 10 though. I mean, or less than 8.
He's
right?
he'll take some
I'll
damage
take
off.
I'll take a couple of points of
Okay.
damage off of it. Doesn't really matter.
Because on average, it scores a bit higher. So.
Okay.
She was wondering why her D8s were getting 9.
That's 13. That's 13.
Roll.
Is that a -10? A -2?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be 15.
15 damage.
Yes.
You lash out and hit him in the center of his chest. The bone sort of like reverberates under your hit. You deal a decent hit though.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit it again.
Go and make an excellent musical instrument.
And another minus.
Can make him a giant xylophone for myself.
Yeah!
That's a natural 20.
20.
Sure.
Two natural 20s this combat.
Yes! It's a natural 20.
Combats go one of 2 directions with us. All crits or all misses.
I imagine it's not a crit because
Felt
it's
like
still
I
minus.
tuned the math so
It is a crit, it's a
perfectly for
20.
this fight.
But
to
it's
be,
even with the -8?
yeah.
Oh.
If what is
it
it
upgrades
with
it by 1. So what is it? What would it be if you had rolled a 12 with a -0? What would
Still
it be?
25.
Yeah, that still hits.
So then it
As long as it's a
upgrades
crit.
your hit
critical
into
hit.
a critical hit,
Okay.
since you would have hit anyway.
I think natural 20s always hit anyway.
Okay. So
Version
then
natural 20 is the one
Yeah,
exception,
that's
such that they are always a critical hit.
+6.
Oh, are they? I thought
And-
it just upgraded your
Plus
roll
1d6?
by 1. So if
Oh,
you
no,
rolled
no,
a miss,
you're right,
it's
you're
a
right,
hit.
you're
If you roll a
right,
hit, it's
yeah.
a critical hit.
Okay.
Right.
If you roll a
So it's
critical
not-
hit,
so it's not
miss,
miss.
it's just a
Alright,
miss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you'll
what I just
do
said
all
made
that, add
absolutely no sense.
2 and then multiply.
Ignore all of that.
Why add 2?
Because of you're
Enlarged.
subtracting 2. Or
Right.
adding 2 because you normally would add 4. So those 2,
Okay.
the 3, the 5, so 10.
Hit 4?
For my strength.
Yeah.
Wait.
She gets a plus.
10?
That's it.
Wait, no.
No,
Oh, double?
she gets a +2 for size and -2 for enfeeble, so it's just normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
but
normal
doesn't the
attack.
-2 or doesn't the +2 come afterwards?
It doesn't matter. She gets a
Doesn't matter.
+2 and a -2. They cancel out. You roll
Oh,
normal
you're
damage.
not doubling the plus. I see what you mean. Yes,
Oh,
because she would be doubling it. So yes,
yes, that
You're-
okay.
So
You're right for
I-
the doubling.
Make a roll and double it, or do I make 2 rolls?
make a roll and double it.
Okay.
So
Which
add,
was 5 and 10.
So 10. Yeah,
so 10 total,
Yes.
+2 from being enlarged, so 12.
Yes.
Okay, it's not
Wait,
so bad.
but wouldn't that be, wasn't that canceled out because I'm enfeebled, or no?
No,
that was
the,
taken into
we,
account.
we,
minus-
Okay.
we front loaded.
The
Okay.
-2, basically, you get a -2 that is doubled.
That's
Okay.
And then
right.
you add the +2, which isn't doubled afterwards. So because of how you're doubling it, you have to do it in a different order.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Basically,
yeah.
you
It's
essentially
the
got
way-
a -4.
The bonuses like the enlarged bonus don't get doubled with critical,
Okay.
but negatives to your strength do get doubled with critical.
Okay.
So
It's kind of like when I roll sneak attack. My sneak attack doesn't get doubled, but my weapon and base damage.
Okay.
So that is all of your actions done?
Yes.
Ivan.
Okay. Now, here's the question. Do I maintain this, or do I just go for nuke mode? I might have to go nuke mode.
Okay.
Fuck up the hag.
So my spiritual weapon vanishes
Okay.
as I raise my sword into the air and it gleams bright. And
That's me support too.
they all need to make a basic fortitude save.
Okay.
I assume would do for half damage.
Yes, basic means that if they succeed, it's half. If they critically succeed, it's done.
Okay.
And if they critically fail, it's double. That's what basic.
And I assume the DC is my
DC is
class
your
DC.
class DC.
spell DC?
Yeah.
So So okay.
That's looking good.
So everyone here heals 21, and they all take 21.
Oh, it does do.
Yes. It hits all living and undead creatures in the AoE.
Oh.
I was wondering whether to do it because we haven't taken a ton of damage for her.
Let's say.
I mean, AoE
Like,
making them
we
down.
haven't
so
taken
doing an
a-
AoE, so as the light just kind of bathes out over the entire field, the skeleton just kind of turns off. It's like clunk, just collapses.
Oh
back
no,
into the
it
ground.
straight up like burns away.
Yeah, like you see
in,
the
in like holy fire. Like
Okay.
its bones char and turn to dust.
sizzles and just kind of like
Just
and
in many
collapses
pieces.
into charred
Skeletal
bones.
cow.
A pile of
I
dead.
need 2 more for the champions.
The marshal's just like, not in my city.
Yeah, it's Marshall stand. They don't get fortitude. What did they both die?
They both
Yeah,
died too.
buddy.
I like all of the skeletons just go just burn and crumble into nothingness.
Just throwing minis around at this point. I'll put
And that's my turn.
cool.
Melt the encounter.
She just barely survives that. Ooh, because she has to get the fuck. Yeah. She is going to spend an action letting out this sort of shrieking call. And then cast invisibility on herself again. She gets that at will, weirdly.
Oh no.
And slips away.
Real
Now,
quick,
as a
she's technically still sensed.
Yes, you are aware that she's somewhere. You don't know exactly where she is.
can I make a
Detect magic or something?
no? Well, if I
That'll
could
be
do a
Aura.
detect magic. No, actually, I'm not going to try and do a detect magic. But if I can try to make like a society, no, actually, I'm just going to, with what you told us about
Mhm.
how much does she move, like how quickly can she move?
Normal person speed, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere between 25 and 35 feet in action. She also has a swim speed.
Wonderful.
I'll give you that one for free.
That'll be so helpful in this cobblestone street.
I am going to.
I knocked Ivan over. Oops.
I'm really debating. Nah, I'm not gonna.
Just nuke it. Just
I
pick a
just
Just
direction
gonna
and
drop
nuke.
another heal.
I was thinking, do I just drop another AoE heal and see if she's still in the range?
Do it!
I think she's out of the range, so I'm not going to.
Run.
Because I would
Run in the
have,
direction,
I
pick a
would have,
direction.
except she was already fairly far away from me.
Guess which
and
way
if
she's
she-
going.
Yes, but if I move, I can't do AoE.
Oh
It
yeah.
has to be targeted, otherwise, then I can't see
Yeah.
her to target.
Yeah.
But I could just throw out an AoE. But the thing is, she was already far enough
She was
away.
already 15 feet away
yeah,
from you,
so
she
in
would
my
only have to
range,
move
it's only a
another
30-foot AoE.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she,
Tragedy.
if
And
the
presuming
normal
she
move
took
speed,
a full action in a full move in any direction.
yeah, she takes
would have
one
to-
action move, and she spent one to shriek, one to invisibility.
It was the shriek was actually more of a free action. The
Sure,
invisibility was.
but she
two
invisibility. As long as she has one action of movement at normal move speeds, she's out of my range. I'm gonna save it in case we, need to do more things.
I said spending an action to shriek for amusement until I realized
Yeah.
that she actually did need that action to no longer be in that square.
Yeah.
These things happen sometimes.
We hear a shriek as
Yeah.
she goes invisible, and
Well, that's why I was asking if she was still sensed because
Yeah.
I was like, that's an
Math.
action and that's 2 actions. She should still be right there.
No. It'd be great. The flaming orb just sustains and kills her.
yes, yeah. So
Okay.
Well, it's,
So-
it's only a flat check to hit an enemy that you know if you know where they are. It's only
Yes.
a flat check to try and hit him.
Yeah,
so
it's
gonna-
DC 10 flat.
But she gone.
Yeah.
She gone.
She
in
gone.
thing is, like, I have this. No, I have my spiritual weapon. I also have 6d10 of damage for everyone.
Fuck shit.
So that's
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't realize those were still on the camera.
Don't we
staying
still
the
play for
spiritual
her?
weapon.
What's that?
Fuck this shit up, man.
That's what the shriek was.
Yes.
It just starts resonating throughout the city.
I don't know. What
How are you
looking?
looking? You still have injuries?
I am looking like I'm looking okay.
Okay, so
Pretty good.
I bend down, pick my sword back up, and sheath it, and go. Well, that was fun.
How
I hate your definition of fun.
How did they get in here?
How
I
did
do
I
not
get
know.
big?
That was.
I do not know. It's good though. He was already big. It's really not that different.
Wait, hold. Fire.
Sorry?
There's fire in these buildings.
Yeah?
It's,
Do we need to put the fire out?
No,
no,
it was
it's
like
it's a
fireplaces.
fireplace. It's a hearth.
Oh, okay.
Just the ambient fire, the
Yes.
normal ambient.
Okay, I thought the buildings were on fire.
No,
No.
Okay.
I would have expressed that somewhat differently.
Okay.
Is you still have wound? Come here.
It was probably Lucas. He was around here.
I'm probably just gonna bend down.
She just kind of sits out in front of me. She is now still taller. I climb up to where the wound is.
Right about then. Because I was counting seconds you guys were talking. Right about then, a gigantic bat swoops down
Hey.
and
Real quick.
lands. Yeah.
I have difficult terrain.
Society. How
anomaly.
aggressive is this thing coming at us?
Society? Sure. What's your
For
roll?
24.
It is barrel rolling toward you.
No, like how aggressive? Like, is it coming out talons outstretched, or like? Or
So
like
those-
Yes, it is. No, it is not. It is not looking
Does
like
look-
it is immediately
in
going
murder
to
mode
attack
or
you.
speed mode?
It is in speed.
Okay.
I was hoping I was going to fail that, so I could start attacking it, but I
Um,
did not.
Could I do?
Can we not?
Would it be either occultism or religion to see if this is a real bat or if it's something?
I'll give you religion.
I'm a nice square up
Religion,
against the
alright.
bat and pull my sword out. So.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just like runes. Wait, no, it's probably not. Okay.
Can I just swat it out of the air?
Not yet.
It's like
You're sitting.
Would my necklace give me a plus
You're
one on
sitting
this
down.
Yes,
one?
this is
sitting
a
down.
recall knowledge check.
I mean,
Like
it's probably
13.
an ally.
I could probably be like,
13.
I mean, it's a big bat.
I'm still big.
Full vampires can
it's a
turn
big
into
bat.
bats. This one seems big for that. Other than that, it looks like a bat.
Okay. I'm not going to express any of that.
Sure. But it could be a vampire. Just a really big one.
Okay.
Let's go. What is now? As I kind of draw my sword back out. And...
We can move away from the Batman now because we don't have minis for this part. As the thing lands and its form shifts and changes into a 7-foot some odd man with pale gray skin and long swept back elven ears. He's covered head to toe in shades of black and gray, very similar to the armor you saw on the skeletal champions.
Religion to identify.
Sure.
17.
Yeah.
17 total. That's some kind of vampire.
Cool.
Someone wants 3d10.
What's up?
Fine.
What are you trying to find?
Notes on the conversation. Bramble Man, where he out who's
The Ashen Man.
Ashen Man.
And there was a bat thing.
Anything about the ice
There was a bat.
His eyes are red, bright red.
in a similar fashion?
Oh no, it does. It's not spread around the eyes the way the Bramble Man's is. Although you will notice his skin does blacken as it moves away from his eyes in a pattern that's not too dissimilar. I would actually like Tessie and Emmeline to make. We'll call it a recall knowledge check for whatever knowledge you want, or just let's just actually do straight intelligence for you guys, and your necklace will add +1 to this.
Great intelligence.
Yeah.
Lore cults? Straight intelligence is a 20.
Okay. This guy looks, in terms of his features, apart from the fact that his skin is much more pale, his features look shockingly similar to the Vampomans. They could be related. I guess I can turn away from the... Why is that on the friggin' boss battle playlist? Some of these playlists, I think I've put on like wrong things on them.
Well, it conveniently like waited until after the combat to show up. So
Yeah. So he lands. He's got like shoulder length, straight black hair. And looks over a group of you.
Ivan, I don't think this is a fight we're gonna win.
Fashion man.
Who are you?
You. Give me the star. Please make a will save for me.
Question.
Yes. Sure.
Nah, I probably wouldn't have had time.
That's better.
I was gonna ask if I could see like if he was casting a spell and cast guidance, but I probably wouldn't have had time.
31.
I can't tell if that's a good giggle or a bad giggle.
That's a great thing.
Against a god.
You're not the marshals. Fuck you.
Ivan, don't give a fuck.
I just gonna go. Fuck you, suka bliat.
So, I assume
You.
Guidance.
Give me the star.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna just cast produce flame straight up in the air
Sure.
as like a signal beacon.
Mhm.
Is it like anybody come help?
Flare.
Wait, do the plus ones continue or no?
The plus one
Which plus what's?
I had plus ones to.
for the ward.
Yes.
It does actually. He is actually undead.
And you have a.
Yes. So
Maybe we should just start stabbing. It might be the best one.
that's 28.
I mean, I would have to sit down and work out specific math, but we'll call it good for these purposes.
28 is
28's pretty solid.
pretty good. I mean, it's what his DC is difficult to say.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, I did not stat out the god.
if he's level 20, then that he has at least a DC of 30
Yeah.
base. So
given my history with how compel effects have worked in the past, Emily's gonna run inside.
She just splits.
She's just like, I
Wait.
see where this is going. Nope.
You said guidance too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so 29.
Just like duck inside.
I'm basically going to grab Emily and start following her.
Well, I can't really go anywhere. I'm still big.
I'm still pulling you anyway.
Like, quick, get inside. Get inside.
Uh.
He can't follow us there.
Okay. Ivan,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be like probably a 32-ish to hit you.
Yeah, that counts.
Hang on, that's direct. This guy's cheating.
What?
Cheater!
What is he cheating with?
Cheater, pumpkin
He's
eater.
directly affecting us.
Interesting. Funny you should notice that. 8. Take 34 points of slashing damage
Jesus Christ.
as he lashes out with his claws, which feel interestingly similar to the vampire rogue's claws, except when they sink in, you are very grabbed.
Can I roll to hit this thing?
Yeah.
Cause nah, fuck that. Yeah. Scared. And that's still I don't have a +1. I'm just regular.
You're -2 because you're enfeebled.
Yes, you're still enfeebled from
Well, enfeebled, but it's normal now for me, right?
Everything's normal except you have a -2.
You have a
because you're
-2 to hit
enfeebled.
still.
Okay. But
You have
wait,
nothing but a -2. There is nothing else but a -2.
but I'm still big.
Yes, but that doesn't
but
add
that
to
doesn't
your
give you a
to hit.
+1 to hit.
That just adds to your damage.
Okay.
So you're
okay.
still -2 to hit.
Okay, so that's 26.
Magic missiles missing. Would I be able to level 2?
You can heighten it to 2, even though that doesn't really do anything.
26.
26 to hit.
Yes.
You lash out and like slam him hard, like in the kidneys, and it just impacts against solids.
I'm gonna make a poor life decision.
Okay.
So a while ago, we got this weird cult ritual to try and talk to the Brambleman when we were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
What if I was using a Bramblethorn to power it instead?
Okay. I was hoping you'd do something like that.
It's like, how? Ashen Man's here.
Okay.
I
Anybody else this round? This
I
pseudo round.
had
You do get an action this round. Yeah.
a similar idea, and I'm trying to think. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
I'm using my right arm branch
Yeah.
on that one.
Decision. I think I'm going to cast Dream Message
Okay.
at the Bramble Man,
Sure.
and just the message will be. I don't know how it works for him, if he ever even does sleep to receive things, or if he gets
Sure.
all dream things at all. But it's just going to be, we could use your help, and that's just the message
Okay.
with the mental image of what's going on.
Sure. Scree casts a fire spell of some kind at him and it fails. For simplicity's sake.
Uh-huh.
Lucas has taken the plan of run the fucking side to heart.
Lucas is the smart one.
Yes. He's the survival.
Lucas has an
And
intelligence
the
score.
god does not seem to be paying any attention to him, so. What you got?
Okay. First of all, my necklace. The cooldown has not run out for that,
Yes,
right?
it's 1 hour.
Correct. Okay. Can I still make a religion roll for this? Dude?
Yes.
All right.
I am also, since the dream message is 2 actions, gonna do it like a shield.
Sure.
That's him.
I mean, you could try and break his grip, too, if you wanted.
Not gonna. I'm gonna get my shield up.
Fair enough. Oh, that's right, because you can do shield blocks that way.
Yeah.
That's fair.
$13.
Doesn't tell you much.
Okay.
You may do it again. There's nothing keeping you from continuing to spend actions to try and identify things. You've got 3 actions to spend this round, so. What are you trying to learn?
Who he is and
The
Who wants to be a
pendant
vampire?
whispers to you that this is the Ashen.
any of his attributes. I can.
16 solid.
Interesting that the pendant knows who the Ashen Man is.
The pendant seems to know what everything is. It's just
Sure.
a matter of listening, being able to hear its whispers.
And I will begin to inspire courage.
Okay. You get the golden halo of inspiration back post battle. This thing goes away.
Ivan, it's fighting us. I think that's good enough for the marshal to be doing something about this, right? Yeah.
Interestingly, at the top of the next round, you see from the pinnacle above the ascent, you see a flash of light as though coming down from the heavens. Crashes down to the ground, and there's almost a wave across the city. You may do with that what you will. That's not relevant right now.
Oh.
What is relevant is the Ashen Man scowling at you. You are most annoying.
Good.
And grabs the bag of holding. Either he knows the star is in there, or he's making an assumption that the star is in the magical bag of holding. He knows it's the bag of holding because you got it from a vampire.
I mean, also, group of adventurers, bag of holding.
Yeah.
I wonder where all of their stuff
Oh
is.
no, I'm saying he's 100% sure that is a bag of holding
Oh,
you
yeah.
are wearing because you got it from one of his vampires. Anyway, and it looks like he's about to remove it from your person by force when a line of green light just sort of bisects the air maybe 15, 20 feet back and then shimmers apart and out steps the Bramble Man in his full battle dress, the darkened leather, the green battle paint full across his face, and he has already drawn the longbow that you saw him wearing in the last stream. And before he's even all the way out of the portal, with this sort of like whistling swish, 3 arrows plant in a neat line along the Ashen Man's spine.
Fuck off, dude.
He looks distinctly shocked.
He's cheating. He's cheating.
You know when I get another action, by the way.
You can have another action.
I cast my 3-point heal.
Good plan.
Which, for my health's sake, at the very least,
Is it worth it?
yes, it is. We both heal for 24, and he gets to make a fortitude save, a basic fortitude save, or take 24.
Pretty sure.
What's the DC for that?
21,
Yeah, I don't think he can fail.
22.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
That. He can't possibly fail.
It's not about failing, it's
It's
whether or
about
not
DC.
he critically fails it.
Yeah.
Oh.
If he
Or whether or not he
critically succeeds.
doesn't critically succeed.
if he doesn't critically succeed, he still
He
takes
still
half.
takes half damage. He
Oh.
does critically succeed by 1.
Ah.
That's a natural 4.
Damn it. I was really hoping to have
Really
done
hoping to deal,
some
like,
damage.
A tiny amount of damage
Just-
to this god.
I don't want to beat him, but scorching him slightly.
Anybody else this round?
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking. So I realized I didn't get up
Uh-huh.
the last
You're
time.
just punching him from the ground.
Exactly.
You are taller than he is right now.
I'm still gonna get up.
Yeah.
And get into
I'm just saying.
key
Yeah.
stance. So is that 2 actions then?
You were already in tiger stance.
Tiger stance?
Okay.
Does that mean I was sitting
sure.
down?
Yeah,
But-
I'll let you stand up and get into tiger stance.
Okay. So is that 1 action or 2?
2.
2? Yeah, I figured. And then I'm gonna try to hit him again.
Mm-hmm.
The god shows up. Punch it. Punch it.
Question: would I be able to use a key strike again if I used a hero point?
No.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, it's not gonna.
If I
make
have a
difference.
free soliloquy upon seeing you do anything, I'd be like, "Get in the building!"
Yeah.
She's busy being gigantic and awesome.
So that's what is that? That's a 30.
What?
That's a 30.
No,
Is that with the
32.
-2?
30.
32 with the -2.
What?
What'd you roll?
wait,
No,
that's
no,
a 30.
that's a 30.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a
17.
17.
And you have plus 13 to hit,
Yes.
Yep.
Jesus.
or plus
Christ.
15 to hit.
No, I have plus 13 to hit, so that's a
28.
28.
Okay, no, that misses.
Damn it! Because I had the -2.
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
what the fuck, people?
Well, -1, so it'll be 29.
How do I introduce a
because
god
she's
and you're just
playing-
like, we're
Yeah.
gonna fight him. We're gonna roll nothing but high.
Ruffle stomp the deity.
Wait.
It's in the obligatory
no.
like 6th round of combat, like technically. So
Yeah.
like this is where we usually start rolling really well.
I'm not still hasted, am I?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a minute
it's been a minute.
duration.
It's been
Yeah.
not quite
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, it has not been a minute because I was tracking rounds because he was going to show up.
That
at
means
the top of round 5.
so that's only 2. So I have 2 actions left.
Yes.
Yes.
No, you have 1 action.
One action left.
I have 1 action left.
Yeah. Oh, you still have the
Stand
second
up,
flurry.
tiger stance, punch.
So stand up, tiger stance, flurry. That was the first flurry hit. So you have another flurry hit, and then an action with which you
Yeah.
can hit again.
Okay.
So yeah, you get 2 more.
You have
attacks.
2 more hits.
I don't think you can honestly do better than that though.
Well, I
With the
mean,
minus
she
4.
could roll
A
an
natural
18.
20. You can roll a natural
Yeah,
20.
but then with the -4 penalty.
Oh yeah. That's true.
No.
So you roll a natural 20.
No. And then.
No.
No. Damn it. All right.
You stand up and just start unleashing on him, and each hit it connects, but it's almost like a field of energy around him just stops your fist cold.
Fine.
To keep trying to drag you back towards the door.
And I'm gonna keep trying to fight
You're,
this
you're
dude.
still grappled.
Yeah.
He has
That's
not
right,
actually
you
dropped
grappled
you.
me.
Yeah, and
Oh.
that's part of the reason why I'm gonna keep trying to fight
That's
this dude.
the
because
bottom
fuck
of
him.
the round. I need people who are neither Amelie nor Ivan. I think everybody else gets to make a perception check. You guys are busy.
I was
Nailed
just
the shit out of
thinking-
it. 27.
19.
Scree rolls a natural 1. She is also busy.
She's like,
She's
what the
she's
fuck
just
is
like
happening?
rapid firing produce flames at a god right now.
Ah! Ah! What the fuck is this?
What did you get? I'm sorry.
19.
Both of you see a
27.
second portal opening. This one in deep purple.
Is this the what? Is this the
And out steps a darkly cloaked figure. Not quite as tall as either of the other gods present, but definitely with the signature black with purple trim cloak of that which walks in silence. And you immediately start hearing the pendant's whispers amplify. They don't become any more distinct. You're not getting any information out of them at the moment, but they are louder.
And Tessie makes that exact face.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
No,
that was an
in
in-character
character. That was an in character face. Yes.
So, at the top of the round, we're sort of in rounds because it's just more orderly. That
Yes.
At the top of the round, the Ashen Man looks over his shoulder past the trio of arrows in his spine and snarls and drops Ivan.
Oh, okay. I hadn't gotten a turn. last
Oh, I'm
time.
sorry. Yeah, you get an action.
I was gonna try and steal the bag from him. And then
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh yeah, has he taken the bag?
he has not.
Okay.
Because he's got a hold on you.
Yeah.
So I
And
get a
he's trying to grab it
30.
He has seized the bag, but
He
the
has
arrows
not.
stopped him from taking it.
I got a 30 to grab the
You
bag
grab the bag off.
and abscond inside the
Yes.
building.
Yes.
You grab the bag and run.
Yoink! He turns around.
What the fuck, you guys? I'm just like, I'll just make the DC for like everything 30. It'll be fine.
Should have made it 35.
Yes.
I was so close.
Well, to be fair, I'm rolling more against Ivan in this case.
Sure.
Because he didn't get the bag yet.
He had a hold of it though.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
But you managed to get in there while he's distracted.
Maybe I
by
just
it.
like
so
cut the strap
yeah,
or something.
just drag it away.
I was like, nope, 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 nope.
he,
Great
he
line of
snarls, drops you on the ground. In fact, he will specifically spend an action throwing you into the ground because he's got the action to spare.
Just gonna plant you.
Just kind of like face plants you, take like 8 points of impact damage. You healed for a bunch, you can handle it. No, he gets to add a strength modifier. Take 14 points of impact damage.
I planted an Ivan tree today.
And
Is that where your stump came from? Yeah,
then
I
he
think-
turns back into a bat and flies the fuck away.
Can
Ah.
I roll to get to grab him? I don't care.
Morgan, you
I
have
don't care. I'm angry now.
Morgan, you have a wisdom score. Use it.
You also have religion.
Please make a will save against
Religion?
anger.
Okay, fine.
That a god.
No.
Oh no, she didn't
Oh,
make it.
no.
That's a 2.
Make an athletics check.
Oh.
Bye, Amelie.
It's a 15.
Okay. Total?
Yes.
That fails.
Quick, use your hero point.
you snap out to try and... Oh my god.
Why the fuck did you do that?
I don't know.
I'll kill a character yet.
She's really determined to become a vampire. You grab it, and then it flies
It
away
just
anyway,
flies away
with
with
you
you.
hanging on.
Oh, God.
Next,
27, 28, 29,
30.
30.
She's performing. She's performing.
Yes!
Bye, Amelie.
You grab a bat. It's grappled.
I'm gonna try to throw it into the ground because fuck that bat. He threw my friend into the ground.
You can...
You're out of...
Is it the question is, can she pull it down, or is it carrying you away?
Oh no, it keeps moving.
So it's carrying you
you
away.
start getting lifted. This is a very strong bat.
Okay.
You may attempt to start punching it, I guess.
Sure.
Just on top of the bat, just
Make a
like...
couple of attacks.
Nope. That's a nope.
Okay. Does anybody have anything they can do to a flying bat?
I have something I can do to her. I'm gonna shout at you. Let's go, you dumb fucking orc!
and then it's his turn.
Actually, well,
Uh,
I do have something I can do to a flying bat.
sure.
I can send 3 magic missiles to a flying bat.
You can. Just roll some damage. 27 to hit you?
Yes.
Cool.
10.
Yeah, he takes 10 damage.
I mean, he takes 10 damage from his infinite health pool.
24 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
Jesus.
and you lose an additional 14 points of damage as he drains your blood
Okay.
because you held on to a vampire.
That means he's grabbing you. That means he can do
Oh,
that.
No, the first attack was a like claw and grapple attack, and then he spent an action to drink your blood.
Okay.
And then you said minus 12 after that, right?
14,
14, right. 14.
and also another minus 10 because you are drained 2. No, I'm sorry, another 5 because you are drained 1.
Okay. Minus what? That's
So that's a total of
like 16 something?
19 after the original attack, which I don't even remember what I said it was. 24, I
Yeah,
think.
24,
So
so.
it's a total of 43 points of damage.
Because it took me to 40. Because the 24 took me to 45. Because I have 69 health.
Okay. So
And
so
then minus
19
another-
more after.
Right.
Whatever that means.
What's that, 26?
And then he's going to spend an action flying straight up
Okay.
for another 30 feet that way.
Okay.
Hope you took the catfall feat.
What else you got? His wounds also heal for 14 points when he eats you.
I'll let go, and I can use a snap leaf. And it gives
Oh
me...
yeah, it gives you slow fall.
It does.
I
It gives
gave
me...
you that. That's cool.
That's awesome. It's really
I knew
awesome.
you guys would find cool uses for that stuff. I'm just gonna give them some things. They'll find a cool use for it someday.
What can...
we use like
this is
all
gonna be
of them.
really...
Fine.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is gonna be really dumb, but what is the Hand of the Mage do?
Lets you cast Mage Hand,
What can I do?
lift small objects.
Okay, then no.
Very minor telekinesis.
Yeah.
So then
use-
no. So
nothing
then
No,
useful here.
nothing that will stop a
Alright,
god.
then it's
You
fine.
could pet it.
Yes. You could make him feel uncomfortable.
I can try to do it.
To be fair, like
You could hand it a
if I
glass
was in a
of
situation where you
lemonade.
can't do anything to the god, but you're like aggressed against it.
Oh,
it's
Like,
like,
you could telekinetically hand it a glass of
Don't worry.
lemonade.
I am slightly annoyed that I couldn't touch him to put the marshal's sigil on his hand. If he hadn't let go, he has contact with me, and he would be branded.
Ooh.
Needless to say, he could just cast spell magic.
Yes, but then he would have to cast a spell magic.
That's fair.
I have made him use a spell.
I have inconvenienced him.
Wait.
So
Nope, I don't.
you go floating gracefully to the ground after one would think, waiting until you fall out of his immediate reach.
I'll do that. Don't want to kick his ass.
You see Ivan walk over to you, start to go to punch you, and then go, no. You get to heal from those naturally, and walk back inside. Turn around and walk back over.
But
Fine.
Tessie's gonna walk up to you and
It's like, you let go, you stupid fucking orc. Emily just kind of like pokes up from behind the bar. And she's like, wait! Like runs back outside and sees like
what
Emily
did you
everything back
do?
down.
And go and just like
What'd you
float.
do?
It's
What'd you
like-
do? Oh, you're okay. Just like runs over and hugs you.
Wait, you hug me?
Yes.
Because you almost got carried off and eaten by a god.
Tessie's
Can I
going
roll
to,
a will to possibly not cry from that?
Tessie's gonna walk
Yes,
up
it's
to
going
you
to be a
and
very
say,
high DC.
That's a failure.
I rolled an 8.
That is not high enough.
So then
Alright.
I cry because my
Yes.
cousin finally comes to hug me.
Also the blood loss.
Yes. Your head is swimming a little bit.
So Tessie will walk up to you and say, "Yeah, that was stupid, but fuck Ivan." Cast Soothe.
Thank you.
You gain 5.
Thank you. I will take them
Best
gracefully.
day.
As she goes up, look over, I'll be nice. Rolls a 1.
Yes.
As soon as the god leaves,
And-
we just go back to being shit at everything.
And I think you get a bonus to will save. So I think that's
Something
what
like
she
that.
does.
After she started crying.
After she starts crying.
I'm going to walk back over.
Saves
Bonus
against
to
mental
saves
effects.
I'm going to
against
walk back
mental
over to the gods.
Bunch of
And-
gods just like stroll up, like, sup, fucker.
And
Listen, don't ever say that I won't go to bat for you.
Your D12?
Amelie fucking goes to bat for
You'll
her
go
friends.
to literal bat for me, it seems.
Exactly.
You will very literally go to bat for me.
You can't ever say that I won't
You will go
bat
to
for you.
vampire bat for me.
Exactly. Because no one messes with my friends because fuck those people.
So, in the meantime, while all of that
If
is
you wanted to go to
happening-
metaphorical bat for me, you would have gotten the fuck inside.
No, he was bullying you.
Sure.
I'm going to walk over to the gods. And not do much, just like be present
Sure.
and attentive to what they are doing.
Somewhere during that time, none of you actually saw it happen, but somewhere during that time, the walker's hand emerged from its cloak and appears to be just sort of pointing vaguely toward the bramble man.
Alright, I'm probably gonna walk over as well after casting Soothe.
I'll walk over and try to wipe my
You
tears.
will limp vaguely
I
over.
will limp.
I really
Whack.
thought I was gonna have to kill you. I was like, I don't know what to do except like murder the shit out of her.
And that day, Emmeline took
Actions.
classes in Vampire Hunter.
Actions and consequences. Grab a god, die.
Take classes in Ranger, provoke dedicated enemy vampires. It's gonna be good times.
Suddenly, the
Ivan,
course of Emmeline's life changed drastically.
Ivan
Anyway.
tap dances on the line, but he does try not to deliberately jump over it as far as he can. You're just like long jumping, like Olympic style.
Yep. Yes, I did. That's
Doing
how I
monk
caught the bat.
parkour over the
Yeah,
line.
over the line.
And that is how I caught the bat.
So, in that time,
I also had a 5 plus 5 reach. I forgot about that.
yeah, that's why you got to do it at all.
Why you were able to
The
reach.
fact that you were so unbelievably tall is the only reason you could do that action in the first place.
How long does that last?
A minute. It fades
No,
right about now.
no, the +5 reaches because I'm bigger.
Yeah, but how
That's
long
what I
does the
meant.
bigger
The
last?
biggerness
About a
drops
minute.
after about a minute.
So right
It
about now
does?
is
Yeah.
when you're shrinking.
I thought it was 24 hours.
No.
Oh, the
you
other
were-
stuff is 24 hours. Okay.
You're enfeebled for 24
You are
hours.
enfeebled for 24 hours.
You were
Yay.
large for a minute.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your haste also wore off.
Okay.
As you limp back over towards the god, you start to shrink.
Yes.
Along with my pride.
It was gonna be bad if you flew away.
Okay. So we are back, and we are testing to see if the buzzing is still in effect. So if someone could tell us,
Buzz,
If we're still-
motherfuckers.
sounding like absolute insanity.
I do not
Sounds-
hear
Sounds good
any
on our end.
buzzing from my
We-
monitoring the stream.
Cool.
The ghosts have left.
So hopefully that
The stream
stays
is no
the
longer
case.
possessed.
Very sorry about that. Fortunately, it looks like it was just the last few minutes. So
Maybe it was possessed because we had the Ashen Man here.
you guys were beating up a god, and on his way out, he was like, "Fuck your technology." Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
Well, looks like you got some tech problems there, boy.
That's what I should have made
Ah.
the Ashen Man sound like he's from Wisconsin.
Oh,
Oh, you see the
lots of
problem,
ashes
eh?
up in Minnesota. We gotta burn fires to keep it warm.
You better be hanging that over that bag there.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
sure.
Okay. Anyway, so thanks for your patience with us.
So right before we left.
So we're gonna cycle back a little bit so that we make sure that everybody catches what's going on. From shortly after Amelie landed, Emmeline came back out of the inn and made sure of her safety and hugged her. It was very emotional. And Amelie failed her will save to not cry.
Tears everywhere.
Tears
on
everywhere.
all
Big
parts.
man,
You do care.
big man, little M, sitting in a tree. Hugging.
I will hit you.
And then, marching down from the ascent, came a line of troops, led by Bastian of the Flame, the high... What was his title?
Hi, muckety muck.
Yeah, the leader of the Creed's Guide. I gave him a title, but it's escaping me at the moment.
Grand Pumbaa.
Poobah.
Because I know his office is in the High Guard, but well, whatever.
Nope, I didn't write it down.
That's okay.
Big cheese.
He runs the Creed's Guide.
Bastion of the Flame?
Yeah.
He runs
He runs the Creed Guide.
I did write Joel's name down though.
Joel. Poor Joel. He's dead now.
Glad we know that one.
Seriously?
Nothing. What? No.
He's a vampire.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
really shouldn't have.
So, Bastian of the Flame, the leader of the Creed's Guard, is at the head, along with a figure that Amelie recognizes as Master Milos,
So I
the
go to attention and I bow
the
because
master
yeah.
monk who helped her learn the Stunning Fist and the Flying Kick.
And I sit
And-
down and started applying gauze to my wounds.
And two other members of the party recognize as the Regent of Cadia, Milan Emeros.
As I recognize, as I don't care.
Right, and as you recognize as, oh my god, bleeding.
Turns
My
out,
organs. Oh no.
turns out my organs need attention.
Yes. Also, in case it got, I'm not sure where it was relative to the weird noises, but that which walks in silence has captured the Ramble Man in a holding spell of some
Oh,
kind.
that's what that was.
Yes.
I thought he'd been his puppet the entire
So
time.
I do
was
actually
like,
have a
That would have been
question.
great.
That
That
would-
would have been a great twist. Why didn't I think of that?
I do actually have a question.
Yeah.
So we have gathered all three artifacts, right? We have all three of them have been
That's an interesting
obtained
question.
by us.
I don't know if we ever found out.
You did not.
Didn't
Didn't-
know.
The third
You were
one.
never told
So,
what the
okay,
third
so we got-
artifact was.
Just told us it was in the city, but we haven't found it yet.
Yes.
Okay.
She said she'd get back to us.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was
Yeah.
asking. It was like, how many
Yes,
have we
you were
gotten?
told the third artifact is in the city. You guys made the assumption that it was the necklace.
Yeah.
We have not received any kind of confirmation as to that.
Okay.
Hey, you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
You got a. And there's still brands on our arms.
At the moment, yes.
I mean, we still had to give him to her.
Yes. Which boiled down to yes, you get to keep the necklace.
Can I keep the shiny?
So.
The shiny.
Going from there, before the line of guards reaches you,
Oh, and when she said she found it, that was what? Or when she said she found it, necklace for good, so
the voice has returned, I think
voice
is what
has returned.
I said.
Guys, I had gone so many sessions without using any bramble points.
Right?
So many.
I just think the Bramble Point didn't matter, and it was the dream message that did it.
I will never tell.
I've also won a lot of games without using any of these.
You just gotta stack them up too.
Exactly.
Until you needed Featherfall,
Yep.
because bat, angry god bat.
Because poor life decisions.
Did you use the Bloodseeker beak, by the way?
I did not because I was attacking people with bones. And
That's fair.
Unimportant people. And then I was using fire magic
But you were
because
ant on the
everything
back
was
of it.
resistant to piercing.
Do you need any of the
What
notes
have you
put on
done?
the back of this item?
No.
Okay, then I'll keep it, I guess.
I like the little bug guy.
Is it? It's a one-use thing.
I
It's a symbol.
There is some lovely, lovely art on the back.
I will.
Yeah.
I will show them off if that's okay.
I script. Yeah, go ahead.
This is what is on the back of the snap leaf token that Amelie had.
I think almost.
Yeah,
all,
it's
I
really
think
funny.
almost all of these have stuff on the back of them. They
Does this
do.
say luck or fuck? I can't really tell.
Yes.
Will do.
Both.
Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second there. So before the guards reach you all, the Bramble Man sort of looks back over his shoulder. Can't really move his head. Oh no, he got turned around, so no, it doesn't have to.
Polite.
Yeah. And he says something in a language that none of you understand. It's this kind of almost musical. It sounds like silver somehow. You do understand it because of the necklace. And your best translation would be something like, I should have known who arranged it. He's not talking to you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from the Bramble Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear.
Yes, he knows very well.
Yeah.
Question: can I roll like a society or an occultism or something to try and determine what the language
Sure.
is?
Or religion.
I do not have a religion.
Society
I
or
have
religion,
religion.
I'll allow.
Oh, I can roll religion.
Sure.
28.
29.
Oh my.
Yeah. I got a 20 something too.
Okay.
Got a 21.
You people enrolling high.
Hey, only when gods are concerned.
Only when it comes
Just
to
like
gods.
there are gods on the stage, the DCs are astronomical. Let's roll 19s every time.
I was like, I got a
the
29,
gods are watching.
guys.
We gotta look really cool.
She would translate this, but she's not going to translate this.
Okay.
It's a lot closer. What a.
Yes. All of you have heard tell that there is a language the gods only speak to each other,
Mm-hmm.
called colloquially the divine tongue.
Okay.
This sounds like descriptions of it. No mortals are known to speak it,
Mm-hmm.
but sounds like it. Yes, and specifically the necklace allows you to speak, write, and understand the divine tongue.
Nice.
Write it in
Yes.
addition. The test is going
I'm going to stop applying gauze to my wounds in surprise.
Yes, you hear her reply in the divine tongue.
I'm gonna look up and be like,
You get
Away from the gods.
like the most sideward glance, and then he doesn't say anything.
Jesse, you're not supposed to be able to speak that. You want to tell us something?
Convenient.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I continue to apply gauze to the wound.
oh, okay. I'm still very
no
wary
mortal
of
has
the
spoken
necklace.
this in 2,500 years. That's fine.
I've discovered one new god, fought another. The moon is red. The elements are opening up and attacking me.
Say, about this time, the red light fades from them.
Like, at this point,
Probably attacked a
the
god
necklace
bat.
making her, the god necklace we got from a god shrine making her speak like a god, just seems like the least weird thing that's happened
You're
tonight.
not,
Yes.
you're not entirely wrong.
Yeah, it's like it's the necklace. Like, well, it's a giant pile of divine, so this follows.
His eyes narrow slightly, but he remains not speaking.
I bet that information's expensive.
One might expect.
Maybe we can ask for it with pizza and Chinese food.
Moving on.
Yes, moving. That's the whole
The line
inside
of
joke, guys. Sorry.
guards
Sorry.
marches up with Regent Emeros at the fore, holding his temple sword, and Bastien with a drawn greatsword.
As they're creating kind of a distraction thing, I would like to see if I can't sneak the star out of the fancy bag of holding.
Roll thievery, please.
21. And I'm gonna
Some
use,
places.
and I'm just gonna use the kind of overall distraction
Sure.
as that, and then I'm just gonna be like, pass it back to Ivan, like keep it safe.
Oh, okay. Pass it back to me, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving you the bag. But
I
I'm
just put
taking-
it back on my belt.
But I'm taking the star out of it because she
I'm-
saw how he went for you immediately.
Yeah. I mean, I don't notice. I'm not paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If anyone notices, no one reacts.
Pirate Brute, what are you doing here?
So, coming up alongside, like sort of fan out, is a number of Creed's Guard and actually a fair number of military officers.
Mm.
Their armor is fairly similar in general design to the Creed's Guard armor, though they don't wear, obviously, the symbol of the Order of the Creed's Guard. They have a different symbol, which is made of like two crossed long swords. That is the symbol of the Cadian military.
It's been probably about 10 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So they all kind of fan out on either side of the two leaders and stop staring at kind of each of you in turn, and then the immobilized godlike creature. And finally, Bastien steps forward. Perhaps you would like to elaborate on this situation.
There was
There were a lot of undead creatures that we fought.
We were attacked by skeletons and vampires and some vampire hag?
we were attacked by undead servants of the Ashen Man, and there he was, and then these
The-
two
the
intervened.
man who walks in the one who walks in silence, and this gentleman, the Bramble Man, fought him off and drove
That
him away.
information for free.
I don't know what they know of him as. I don't know.
Lightheaded, blood loss.
I
You are
refuse to
still
heal me.
drained.
Yes.
You do still have the drained condition. For
Yes,
the
I am very much drained, and I have no what is it, tact.
Yes.
Never give up anything for free. I can use it to save myself.
Quick question. I don't recall anyone mentioning the Ashen Man to the Creed's Guide.
Nope.
Am I recalling
Nope.
it correctly? Okay.
No, we did not know that he was involved.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think
We-
at the time we knew who the
we-
Ashen
that's-
Man
We-
was yet.
Yeah, we did not know he was involved.
we did say that we would. We did say we would report additional information to Bastion when we talked to the head of Southwatch.
Yeah.
We said we're on our way back to Marshall's stand, and we'll tell you about
Sure. Just
progress.
wanted to make sure I wasn't misremembering that.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Ashen Man attacked us. We thought we found it odd. Well, obviously.
And that is what?
Apparently some kind of vampire god thing. I'd ask him, and they point to Brambleman. He seems to know more.
Yes. Well. This is unique.
Duh.
We are very unique people.
I think perhaps it would be in everyone's best interest if all of you, and in the midst of that sentence, the regent kind of steps forward and gently, places a hand against his shoulder and just kind of circles past him. I believe what the honored leader of the Creed's Guard means to say is that you are all to be commended for your aid in capturing this creature.
I look at the Bramble Man like, is he talking about you? Because we didn't capture this dude.
Does anyone? You guys can make perception checks to understand his insight or to understand his intent.
21.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 17.
14.
Society?
Perception.
Oh, perception.
To understand his
25.
intent.
25.
Fucker is covering for you hard.
Yes. Okay.
He is spinning. None of you guys got anywhere near high enough for that.
21 wasn't?
21 wasn't quite high enough. You get the impression that he's doing something here, but you don't really know quite what.
I want to say something, but I know Amelie would not
Let's go.
catch on.
Yeah, Amelie does not.
Okay, let's go. I will kind of interject just before anyone else says anything. Just say like, we are happy to serve city.
Yes.
There was another threat to be concerned of.
These vampires.
Yes.
The one did escape. Oh. Duh.
Very rude.
We believe there may also be an invisible one somewhere. If she is still in city, another thing to look out for.
The vampire hag.
The
So turned into a vampire.
that is concerning.
Was able to disappear, so we could not.
But through the efforts of the Creed's Guard and military might, the incursion has been contained.
It's good to hear.
And through, of course, your valiant efforts here, it would seem, whatever their goal might have been was not reached. And you have captured this ramble, or, of course, assisted the inimical walker in doing so.
So what happens now?
I believe the Synod will wish to debrief you. Is anyone not trained in society?
I'm trained.
Okay.
I think you have.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but you are native Cadian. I'll just give it to you anyway.
Okay.
He's referring to the Synod of Steel, which is the council that, as a group, rules Cadia. The regent is sort of the head of the Synod, but it is a council of 6, quote unquote. The 6th being the marshal, who doesn't actually sit on the council, but they declare that they have a 6th seat held by the marshal. It would in fact be against divine law for him to hold that seat, but that doesn't stop them from saying he does. The 5 actual members consist of the regent, Bastion of the Flame, Elena Latroc, the Blade, who is the leader of the Cadian military.
Latroc.
Latroc, Letrac. Elena Latroc. And her title is the Blade. Ledris Jand, the High Curator of the Archives. And Kedo Undona, the High Theurge, who is the leader of essentially both the spiritual and magical community of Cadia. And then, of course, the ceremonial 6th seat held by the marshal.
Really wishing I had another cantrip.
Why would you want that?
Because message is a good spell.
Pretty good spell. You can. I don't know what the 2nd edition rules for this are. There was in 1st edition a way to use sleight of hand or deception to secretly pass a message.
Probably would be thievery or
Thievery
stealth?
to pass a physical message, or deception to quietly, like hide a signal of some kind.
Yeah.
I would allow. The Regent, Bastion of the Flame, Elena Latroc, the Blade, leader of the military. Regent Emeros, Ledris Jan, the High Curator, and High Theurge Kedo Undona,
Really want
That's
who
your
you have actually met. He gave you orders in the garden one time
Yes.
because he happened to be there and was just like throwing his weight around for amusement, maybe. But he also was not good at giving you orders in the garden.
Yes, he's probably the only other one I actually know because
Yes.
I'm not native Cadian.
Nope. You don't know who most.
And
Yeah, you probably
I
don't
care
know
very
that.
little for the government of the country.
You almost certainly don't know that list of people, except that clearly the Regent is on it.
Yeah.
The rest of you, some of you, like outside of the Regent and Bastion, a lot of you probably don't necessarily know who holds those particular positions. Emmeline probably does because you're an expert in society, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really good.
You probably just could recite that list off the top of your head. But the others, you might not know like
Details
who
about
what the High Theurge's name is, but you know the High Theurge sits on the Synod.
And the High Theurge is probably the only one I know because
Right.
he's the head of my religion.
Right.
The rest of them are government people that I do not care
Outside
about.
of
because I don't
Emmeline,
live here.
none of you know who Ledris Chand is. Just that the High Curator, you might know the High Curator sits on the Synod. So, that is what being debriefed by the Synod means.
Gotcha.
That was a bit of a tangent. It went on a little longer than I intended it to.
I want to pass on a message, but I'm not willing to fail it. Fail trying to pass on.
Fair
that
enough.
message.
There are a lot of eyes on you right now.
You try to pass a message. Dave has to roll 17,000 perception checks.
That would be her deception check against all of their perception DCs.
And I don't have a hero point right now.
Yep. Oh, did you spend your hero point, by the way?
I did it
Yes, I
at the
did.
beginning.
Okay. Not you.
I did.
You just cried. She jumped on a god bat. she gets a hero point for being sweet.
Yay!
I love how that's both of us spent our hero
Actually, you
points
know what?
to
You can
fuck
have
up.
your hero point back, and you can as well for resisting a god's dominates. Oh, you didn't. That was her too.
True,
You didn't
true.
do anything.
I spent
cool.
my hero point to resist it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. You can
I
get
in
it
fact
back.
did not resist God's beck and call because I spent my bramble point
Hey,
to
Roland
get
was like,
more gods
That's
involved.
not like
Right.
you were like,
Actually, I'll give you yours back for that too,
Oh yeah.
because I don't know where all the hero points
No,
are.
no,
Oh, there's
it's
one. There's
here.
one
It was,
still
it
over
was
here.
against your screen.
There's one still over here. So,
so
because
like
you went against a lot of like Emmeline's instinct for that,
Yeah.
and I respect that. And also, you guys did sweet stuff, and I threw stupid bullshit at you, so you guys can regain your hero points.
Yay!
Okay. In that case, I would like to try and indicate, at least to the regent, like I just want the regent to know, that the Bramble Man actually was assisting in fending off the Ashen Man.
Okay.
So
How would you imagine communicating such
yeah,
a thing?
Yeah, I
I'm trying
know.
to figure that out.
you can maybe say something like, "We were glad to assist." It just shows that help can come from unexpected places, or something like that. With like,
yeah, something kind
it's
of
like
like,
with like a pointed
with
stare.
a wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah,
like,
like
No,
furtive eye glance.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, if you can even
Say
say
no
anything
more,
of
say
just
no
like
more.
a hidden kind of, we'd like to speak with you privately at some point, kind of, that can be hidden in a message of like,
Well, we're gonna
we
be
can tell him later,
we're
but
gonna be
sometimes we
debriefed
can-
by the council anyway.
Yes,
so
but
I'll
if you want to
just
tell
wait.
just him, then
Yeah.
it
I'm
might
okay
not
with
be.
telling the other ones. I'm just don't want people in general to know
That's fair.
because he seems to be covering for us, so it's not like
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait
Okay.
and see.
you looked
Wait.
at me like you wanted something, and then,
Wait,
then we're surprised.
is the regent covering for us, or is the
The regent,
Okay.
I mean, you don't necessarily
your
know
monk
that.
friend.
Okay.
Emily
See
knows
that?
that,
Yeah,
but-
that's okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Master
But
Milos
it-
is also
But
the
yeah,
regent.
you also, but that's okay. You didn't get enough to know that he's covering for us at all.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
No, you just think that he thinks that you guys captured the Bramble Man, which is cool, I guess.
I feel uncomfortable lying to him.
And don't speak, I guess. I don't know. Do what you're gonna
This
do.
is- That's why Ivan spoke up, not because he got it, because Ivan also didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Ivan's just perfectly okay with accepting thanks for someone else's job. He will- You want to give us
Sure.
benefit for it? Sure. You're
Probably is
welcome.
not.
For simplicity's sake, Scree has retreated from gods and powerful idiots.
Scree
And
hid in
Lucas,
the
you have not seen Lucas since the moment that
he walked around that
Fucking
corner.
yeah.
Laugh.
He
He
casted
just
ward and then edged
gone.
out. He's like,
I mean,
"Oh."
presumably, because it was still going well into the Ashen Man encounter. He was still maintaining that spell.
Yeah.
He was
You
back
said-
there
you said he
somewhere,
had ducked
still
inside,
giggling.
right? You said he had ducked. He had
Yeah.
taken Emmeline's suggestion
Right.
of run in the building.
Yeah.
Still giggling. He's like, no.
Or just maintaining the spell through other means. Like, he doesn't have to cackle to maintain the spell. It's just how he was doing it. With nervous laugh.
Oh God.
Anyway. Well then. You are injured, yes? Do you need
Yes.
healers?
We can manage. I am skilled. However, anything provided would, of course, be welcome.
Well. Bastien, if perhaps you would assist. And he glances at all of you and has, like, his lips set in the thinnest of lines. Of course, Regent. And steps forward. And who is actually hurt? You are hurt.
I am very much
I
hurt.
still have a couple of small scrapes and bruises,
Right.
but by and large, I seem
You're
to have
healed.
bandaged most of my
Yes.
own serious wounds.
Cool. I didn't think so. I
I'm
didn't think
very
you guys got hit by
very
anything.
slightly banged
They
up.
were
but,
trying to
like,
focus on the healer was the strategy.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Any time that I can spend damaging things is good time spent.
Just focus on the healer who has one of the highest ACs and a giant bastard sword. When your healer is also one of your frontline fighters, it gets way more interesting.
It was
Yeah.
a strategy.
When they focus you, I get buffs. So
Well, that's why I played the fight the way I did it. I was just like, I'm just gonna hang by the back. Oh look, this target's overextended. Oh look, this target's overextended.
but also
So
how
you gain it's a 6th level spell. So you're going to gain 36 hit points as Bastien walks over
7?
and just kind of like shoves his hand down onto your shoulder. Yeah, you guys can all like look at the giant Amelie mini now.
It's pretty great.
I'm like,
It's pretty great.
Not for nothing. Somebody should take the enlarge spell. Here, I'll put it in front of my camera because I can get it to focus
I
it.
What
love
level
it
is
so
enlarge?
much.
2nd?
I'm not sure if I get second level.
I don't think I have enlarge on my spell list.
No,
so.
divine. It's occult primal. It's everything but divine.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I do get a
just
second level
love
spell.
it so much.
Next level.
Yeah, it's at level 6 you get a second level spell.
Sweet.
Yeah, normally the channel healing isn't that great, but this combat.
When you're facing a giant army
Yeah.
of skeletons.
And you just melt it all. Anyway.
That's kind of what its purpose
Yeah.
is. Is the fuck undead button.
So you get healed for a bunch as Bastien just kind of like slaps his hand down on top of you and casts lay on hands.
And I bow and say thank you.
And then Emeros
I-
walks over to you and gently places his hand on you, and you gain 18
3.
hit points. Yes.
While I was doing that, I'm kind of looking over at Amelie, slightly annoyed. When he does that, I look over and go, "What's the bum?"
Because you
And then
was
continue to
supposed
kind of
heal that one naturally.
kidding, I like look annoyed at you.
Nobody,
just-
nobody told the leader of the Greens Guard that.
I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to be the one to tell him, "Don't heal my friend," after the regent told you to.
You are still drained
Why did he hit me?
because he's annoyed.
He didn't like us very much last time we were in town.
I don't like that very much.
React
But
to
I'll
that
let it go.
however you want.
I'll let it go.
Well then, it will take a bit of time to convene a meeting of the Synod here.
What would you have us do in the meantime?
Perhaps it would be best for you to remain in the city. I think 2 days should be enough time.
Very well. We didn't really have plans to leave yet anyway.
So,
If you need anything, feel free to contact my office.
Thank you.
well, I am rather tired, if it is all the same, and need to spend some time praying.
Food and sleep
Uh,
and meditation. Much meditation.
Well then, rest well. And he turns and sort of like waves his hand to the assembled guardsmen and military officers. And they turn back toward the top of the ascent, and as though some meaning had been conveyed that you guys never really saw, the walker just flicks its hand, and the Bramble Man kind of just like floats along with the formation.
God empowered mage hand.
Something like.
It's gonna.
Yeah, there's Mage Hand and then there's God Hand.
Yep. Oh, jeez. Sorry. I don't know if that made a noise or not.
It
why we
made
have
all
low
the
pass
it made all the
Yep.
static come back.
Oh God, please no.
Sorry.
Sweet
No static.
Jesus.
I hit my thing.
It's fine.
Well,
Snowball.
if it's the cool thing to do, then I guess.
Oh my God, don't fucking mess with me tonight. It's been a weird night. People.
It's been unique.
So, you guys have a couple of days to mess around.
When we get out of the situation with the guards, and like when they start to walk away, it's like, okay, so I wanted to let them know that the Brambleman helped us, but I got the sense that,
it was not time.
well,
It
no,
was
I
not
had
good
time, but I
no,
got
it was
the
not
sense,
good time for it.
yeah, I got the sense that the regent was trying to keep things under wraps, so it might be
Did
something to
you?
bring up to him later,
If you think so.
Why
I
do you
just
believe
thought-
he did that?
He thought
so
we
that we didn't
captured-
get murdered.
I simply thought it was a good idea to claim credit for things, maybe increase our renown.
Well, I wanted
The
to.
regent?
Mostly, I wanted to see what that information would have done.
If you get on it pretty fast, yeah. Much spells what, 120 feet?
I don't know you're doing this, so I
Yep. I mean, you see her like pull out a spell component and turn to whisper.
I guess I'll make a common sense.
Sure. You get what, 20 words? I think a message spell is. Like you get a statement and then he gets a reply. It's not like a conversation. Okay, you don't receive a response.
Dad.
About as far as you can get in a message spell.
That's the best.
Okay.
Does she get a response?
No. You can tell that he received all 3 messages, because otherwise the spell would have fizzled.
Hey,
Okay, thanks.
hey,
Hey.
All right, yeah, that's it.
Cool.
That's basically it.
Hey, hey, hey.
So you turn back to the conversation after everyone watches her. Just like, what's the material component in 2nd edition for message? I know it's a piece of fleece, I think. In
I mean-
1st edition.
they have occultism, so I can just identify the spell.
Yeah.
I don't know where it says what the actual material component.
Oh, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
I don't think they actually
2nd
say
edition.
what.
They probably don't specify, because it's probably just.
So you're an occult spellcaster, so you can just make it up. All spellcasters get to like figure it out. I know it's got a. I know it's It's just verbal. Oh, okay. Yeah, she just turns and like whispers into her cupped hands a bunch of like. For approximately 18 seconds.
I am going to spend a lot of that time. I mean, the time that I just first of all, just kind of wander the city and enjoy spending time in the city. Lots of drinking at fancy places and stuff.
Sure.
But I'm also going to spend a lot of time at the every day I'll go to the garden and cast oh my god, the spell.
A gentle repose.
Gentle
Gentle
repose on one person at the garden.
Dad.
And I will also spend time studying and looking through various rituals and stuff like that at the temple.
Okay.
Trying to spend time studying and praying and talking to the priests and learning more about things, and especially about rituals. So whatever divine rituals you want to say they have, and you are willing to give me to learn.
Sure, we'll figure that out
Okay.
at the end of the game.
I'm going to get food and rest.
Sure.
To try to, get over my feeblement. Do I know that I'm feebled, or do I
mean,
just
you
know that I
feel
feel
like
weaker?
shit.
Okay.
I also,
yeah,
just so you know,
yeah.
and you also know this, I cast alarm on our door every
Sure.
night.
Seems legit.
Just because the giant combat happened doesn't mean we ain't safe.
And I cast mending on my shield.
So
It's
many
now
bugbears.
repaired.
They're still out there.
Wanted.
Weird little paintings.
Unfortunately, there are bigger fish that want us right now. So.
Yeah.
I would like to do spend a lot of the time actually in the temples, trying to find out more about the rules of the gods, and also trying to find anything about the star.
Okay. That would be what? Diplomacy?
Yeah.
To gather information, basically.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. To ask around, basically. Like that.
You can also use. Oh wait, no, I think that's. I don't remember. I know because of courtly graces, I can use society instead of diplomacy in some circumstances.
I would allow that. I'd allow society in this case.
It's only a one difference in either
Sure.
case. I'm gonna use that. This seems relevant.
Hey,
nat
natural
20.
20.
For which one?
31,
Just the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
31 if it's society, and
Sure.
30 if it's diplomacy.
Do me a favor and make an additional society check for me. We'll get back to the natural.
Another 20.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Emmeline is just like nobility time. Whoosh. Just like walks out, like stops into her room for a moment, walks out in a gown, and is like, "I must speak to the master."
I do have fancy clothes on sheet.
Yes.
Oh god.
But no one gets to see that. That's just for
No,
Emily.
that's like an occult ritual. That involves going to the spa and preparing for several hours.
Yes.
It's like a casted thing.
Okay. So first of all, you learn that there was in fact an attack on the High Guard.
Oh, that same night.
That during that night, shortly after the attack began, several creatures invaded the High Guard and killed several Creed's Guard and made off with items unknown.
Rest in peace, Joe.
Rest in peace, Joel. I really shouldn't have said that out loud, but you guys were going to find out anyway.
Attack on High Guard. Similar vampire creatures.
That's the word. Word is vampires of some kind.
Vampires
Gonna-
stole some artifacts.
Yes. You also learned that there were several attacks throughout the city by groups of various sizes, several of which seemed to be single vampires that just went to a location, started some shit, and then moved on.
I rolled a d20 to see how much gold I spend on hidden days.
Okay.
Looks like 12 gold.
12 gold sounds good. That sounds about right. So that's the second natural 20s. You also get the sense that over the course of the couple of days, people are starting to get the feeling like a lot of this was a distraction. The word amongst like the Creed's Guard and the military is that a lot of these attacks were meant to draw them out, to get them away from specific locations like the High Guard, so that they could be attacked.
Or, for instance, our hotel.
Specifically because it was a natural 20, you will learn that there was a second, much smaller and more orderly incursion at the archives.
Is there anything, whispers or rumors or anything going on at the temple that I pick up on while I'm
You may also make a diplomacy check.
hobnobbing among the temple people?
Yes.
R.I.P. Joel.
R.I.P.
Can it be society instead of diplomacy, or?
I'll allow it for just getting a pulse on the rumors.
Okay.
As to your first natural 20, and okay, right, you were asking for the star, and what was the second thing?
Basically trying to find out a lot of some of the god woo, like
Right, the rules.
the history of like, have gods broken the rules? What happens when a god does break the rules?
Historically, there's no account of the gods breaking the rules, though you do pick up on a couple of instances where, by way of flowery language, a writer is attempting to avoid specifically saying that a god bent the rules.
Mm-hmm.
The impression you get is that there have been a number of times where the gods have gotten close to the line, and no one calls a god out on breaking their own rules.
Gotcha. So there's not like it's not like a magical law that's enforced automatically.
Oh, it is, but they seem to be very good at going exactly far enough to not specifically break. Oh yeah, and it doesn't seem to be, how do I put this? It for them, it is self-enforcing.
Yeah, they are the ones that enforce it.
Yes, but it is their power that binds them to it.
Oh, okay.
There are certain things the gods literally could not do, in theory.
We're learning that's not always the case.
Yes.
As
As for the star, you learn about a number of ritual objects along that sort of general design and class
Mm-hmm.
that seem to tend to be used in rituals involving the outer worlds, specifically when it comes to celestial or abyssal matters. The star as a ritual object tends to stand in for outsiders, basically,
Okay.
of the heavenly or hellish or abyssal variety.
I'm specifically going to use something that they had briefly touched on, kind of to take another avenue of research, which is that the Brambleman said whoever winds up with the star winds up on top. I'm going to see if I can get any. I don't, like, that's not super detailed, so I don't think I can get a whole lot, but I'm going to try and dig at least somewhat in that direction
Sure.
for information, like about priority of gods and things like that. Also, if I can, I want to find out like what happens when somebody's trying to, I guess, ascend in priority and gets caught. I'm
Oh, okay.
Like trying to figure out what theoretically is going to happen to the Brambleman.
Sure.
I also want to maybe roll to reflect.
Sure. Let me come back to you
Yeah.
on that because we've got a
Yeah.
couple of
I
rolls.
rolled a 19 on society to kind of pick up on rumors and whispers, and especially get hints at the pulse of what people are saying about this. Also, kind of trying to look into general ideas and theories as to what
Sure.
the same kind of things, what these rituals would be, what the Brambleman is, and like, are
There's a
there
lot of-
rumors of other gods and stuff in the historical archives of forbidden religious texts and whatnot.
There's a lot of theories getting thrown around, even among the temple staff. None of them seem to make reference to Brambleman or the Ashen Man or gods of any kind. Really,
Sure. I'm not
outside of
necessarily
the
looking
council.
for their specific names either. As
Sure.
much as
No, I mean, like, they
any
aren't.
reference
They are not
of-
even mentioning that this might have something to do with gods outside the council or outside the conclave.
Are there? Did I roll a religion to see if there are any kind of like ancient religions,
Sure.
like texts or things that are considered kind of heretical or whatever,
Sure.
that mention the idea of gods outside the pantheon? That is a 28 on religion.
There absolutely are people along the way who have, spoken of gods outside the conclave. They've generally been called lunatics, or worshiping some kind of outsider that has managed to slide through the barrier at the borders of
Okay.
the plane. Right, your parallel too many balls in the air. Your parallel research. Into. Remind me again exactly what you were looking for.
Basically diving down the line of thought of the Brambleman said, whoever
Right.
winds up with the stars on
Yes,
top.
yes. Okay. Yeah. Officially speaking, the conclave is an equality system. No god is more or less powerful than the other, politically speaking, among themselves. One could debate, the specific powers of each god and where that puts them, if in a like what if Batman and Superman fought kind of way. But from the standpoint of like who is, a more senior or junior god, there isn't one. Except that there definitely is, and the Lord in Saffron Robes leads the council.
Yeah.
It's a first among equals kind of situation. The Lord in Saffron Robes leads the council and is considered to be the head of the gods. Even the conclave will say, that he is the leader among the gods, even though he is no more or less powerful.
Are there any legends about ascent to godhood status, like kind of similar to Test of the Starstone kind of thing?
Sure.
From
Freaking natural 20s. There are vague legends of, mortals attempting to reach godhood. Very little to be said about how they attempted it, and absolutely nothing to be said about succeeding.
Well, more than how they were trying it, and more than I want to know, like, what was the outcome? What if there was like punishment assigned to that kind of thing, or if they just failed?
Generally, like most of these legends seem to end with people, getting themselves killed in various colorful fashions. And you get the idea that some of these seem to be like morality tale kind of things, where it's like,
Don't
this
fight those
right,
signs.
this man, tried to become a god. He got eaten by boars. Like, it's
Stuff like that.
yeah. Like someone probably wrote this to be like, hey, let's not reach above our station because, medieval society. Yeah, there's no instances where the gods even seem to have taken interest in that process.
Okay.
That you can tell. Good question. Right. It's you. You were reflecting on what exactly?
So, I've been increasingly making more violent and dumb decisions.
Sure.
I know I don't have a high wisdom score,
Sure.
and I know that I basically began this journey because I wanted to learn how to control my anger, and that clearly hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been sort of not mistaking, but I feel that I may have been confusing my righteousness over wanting to protect my friends with a lot of indignation and anger.
Okay.
And it's not that I don't want to protect my friends, but they've been sort of muddled together.
Sure.
And really reflecting on the fact that I fucking attacked a god.
In retrospect, might not have been your best move.
No.
Might have been slightly rash.
While I understand my reasoning behind it, because he legitimately was attacking my friend and
Sure.
threw him onto the ground, and I felt that was disrespectful.
That
Yeah.
was rude. Time for murder.
Yeah, it was just that was rude, and he hurt my friend, and I was trying to protect him, but I think it also went beyond. I got full on angry about it to a point where I stopped really thinking about.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
Under reflection, you can feel old pattern in this.
Yeah.
Years of growing up at the monastery with other young students moments of anger, of seeing red. And maybe they're less pronounced than they were when you were, a young teenager, for instance. But you can see the possibility that this is just a different coat of paint for the same set of reactions.
Mm-hmm.
You might also remember that specifically you were sent to go study in Scortile, to go find monks there.
Yeah.
Whether or not they could assist with that remains to be seen. But your quiet sort of secret mission was to go learn things from the monks across the border into the south.
Time to multi-class into barbarian.
Ooh, yeah.
There may or may not be a master monk who has invited you to his office and has trained you in the past who could possibly help you with such quandaries.
Interestingly,
Monkhood.
yes. Did you want to do anything real quick? Okay, and then I've got other things to tell you, which may or may not change some of the things you're going to do along this way. But I forgot to tell you earlier, so now we're resolving all the things in the year first.
I have
Okay.
a real quick thing I want
Sure.
to just, but like when I come down and after we've done some of the research and everything, kind of at the during dinner of the first day off, I will kind of present to the group and go, ask the group like, so, I believe we probably should think of two things if we want to pursue or no. Do we want to either before meeting with council, talk to Regent on his own, just us? He did say contact if you need help. Maybe we can get in, have audience with just him. He seemed more agreeable to us than others maybe. Other thing to think, do we want to see if is any way we can see Brambleman? Is he whisked away or is he in prison here? Is there a way to have audience with him? And do we want to?
Would we be able to communicate with him in dreams still?
Maybe, I do not know.
I wouldn't recommend trying to contact him in person.
I think is the less wise option, but still want to bring up. He is caught because he helped us.
It's way above our pay grade to even be able to normally see something like that.
Yeah.
Us wanting to see something like that allies us with him.
I
in
don't
the city's
necessarily
eye.
wish to ally with him just to not be further indebted.
But just
He
by
helped.
interacting with him, just by trying to get in contact with him, puts us in the city's eyes, in the same lane as him.
This is why we need to be careful to go about it. But agree, not necessarily best idea. Why I bring up instead of saying we should is question.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Speaking to Regent might not be a bad idea.
Do we wish to do that before debrief? We maybe have idea of, suppose coordinate with him before meet. Since he seems to be more friendly towards us, and therefore maybe we can tell him things we do not wish to reveal in front of entire group.
I think for the most part we should probably stick to the core story that we have presented thus far.
But do we want to tell him maybe a little more than we tell others? Or do we just tell everything that we want to tell at debrief?
Well, that does bring in the question of, do we bring up the brands?
You bring up the what?
Brands.
I do not want to do that at debrief.
Yeah, if we
It's
do bring that up, that should probably be brought up to just the region.
Is why I bring up. Might not be good idea to bring up at all. But if to anyone, probably to Regent.
I will
Especially
not
since
be
he,
bringing up my right hand once. Also,
That is fair and is your choice.
especially since he's, as you said, he appeared to be on our side.
However,
well,
he's on our
just 'cause he
side
did us
in
a
that
favor does not mean-
specific thing does not mean on our side in all things. Is still, you do not get to a position like that unless you are willing to backstab for power. He at some point has been at least willing to backstab for power. is why he has so much power. No one get there without doing that.
I would disagree with you on that, but that is a discussion for another day.
Is government power like that, especially in a place like this, tends to be very cutthroat.
People have risen to their ranks very effectively before on their own merit.
In some places,
Even here,
maybe.
my family earned their status through my father's conquests when he was
Your
still alive.
father was not regent of all of Cadia. Is different level of power.
Fair point. Oh, was he Lord Regent of Cadia or Marshall's stand?
Cadia.
Cadia. Okay.
He is, officially speaking, the ruler of the country.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Alternate,
I thought he was just in charge of Marshall's stand. That's my
alternate title, Mr. President.
Yeah.
bad. We're just gonna erase that note from earlier.
Change that. It is a little odd that he is in Marshall's stand since the capital is Arisgate, but the regent is known to spend a fair amount of time in Marshall's stand, as it is. It honestly, when it comes to anything that isn't political, it's the capital of Cadia. Like, Arisgate is the political capital. It's where, the government keeps its office, but
Mm-hmm.
the military headquarters is here. The Creedsguard headquarters is here. The temple, the primary temple of the country, it's here. So, pass that to Paul for me, please. So you wanted to research something.
May or may not take a lot of time. It depends. He was going to spend the time meditating, consulting. Meditating, consulting with the whispers, whatever we should.
Sure.
Attending to dreams. He is going to try to get in touch with both Rambleman and Power.
Okay.
And I decided to do that before that conference.
That's fine.
And then during waking times, she was trying to actually do similar research, but Emmeline and Ivor, but just
Sure.
particularly development of the concepts of gods.
Okay. You'll get some of everything that was said already. I don't feel like I need to necessarily retread ground because natural 20 doesn't really get much better than this.
Hey.
When it comes to the concepts of the gods, as near as your research can tell, the gods showed up and said, "Hey, here's our concepts." Right.
Really looking for relationship.
Yes, that does not show up.
And any of the symbolism found in the
You will.
shrine.
Yes, you will find that the symbology of the gods has shifted sometimes, that gods have slightly altered their interests from time to time. Obviously you're able to map out the other gods in that poem pretty easily. But in terms of a god literally like changing its title and completely like reversing its identity, that's pretty unprecedented.
Less with trying to map out the poem. She's pretty confident she has
Right.
that mapped out. He's actually looking for the origin of the
Yeah, it doesn't show up.
As a quick note, someone just mentioned that Tessie's mic doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, look.
So can we make sure she has levels
Yep.
before we have her
Thank
speak
you.
Thank
more?
you for that.
Probably reseat the table.
Say something for me, Sherry.
Unplug, plug back in, maybe?
Yeah,
Cool.
plug in.
Thank you, Arcane Element, for letting us know.
Yep.
Today's
Oh,
been a
you know
tech
what I-
day.
It has been a tech day. We
Is
have
it working
delicious
now?
beef
Yeah,
roast
we got it.
after.
Okay, I think
So
my
you wanna play-
plug had.
Your levels are gonna be way off. Be quiet.
I think my plug had jarred loose because when I was unplugging it, it felt like it wasn't all the way in.
She seems to have levels now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, continue.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very
Looks
much
like
for
we're
that.
good. If problems persist, please let us know.
Oh
We can
man.
fix them for you.
Hey. Instant response. He said you can hear it now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Victory.
All right, so she
One
was
tech
looking
problem
for
Yep.
the origin of the poem.
If anyone out there wants to
Um,
come be a productions assistant for us, we can use it.
Yeah.
The origin of the poem, the origin of the concept of the voice in the
Sure.
in the shadows.
You don't really find anything about that. If it was a thing, it's clearly been scrubbed pretty effectively.
Does it look like
Redacted.
it was purposefully scrubbed as opposed to faded through time?
What did you know?
Okay, good point. I
Yeah.
just didn't know if there was.
All you
a
know
way
is it's
to-
not
okay.
there. But yeah, all of that would definitely seem weird as relates to anything precedented about the gods. So that's how you kind of spend your first day after the attack
Yeah.
on all of that. When you go to sleep for the second day, who would it go to? Best luck with Ivan, I think. So, Ivan, you're going to get a dream message.
Is it another one that I can sit and talk with her in, or is it
No,
a more
this
standard
This is a static message.
one? Okay.
You get a message from Tirla as your dreams slip into that darkened messaging
Yeah.
spot.
Also, I would like to point out on the second day,
Uh-huh.
I cast Dream Message on Emmeline.
This is the night of the first day, so you don't get to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get there. So,
Yeah.
on the night of the first day, you get a dream message from Tirla
Mm.
that and her voice seems rushed. And she says, "You have to get out of the city. It's a trap, the vampires." And then it cuts. So that happens. There's a weirdness to it though. Like it doesn't feel like dream messages you've encountered in the past. So there's that. When you all wake up on the second day, any unspent bramble marks you have are gone. Those that have been burned into scars remain as scars.
On both arms?
Does that include oh yeah, so on both arms for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have no bramble marks.
I have lots of bramble marks.
Just none unspent.
There's none that are good. None
So-
that are helpful.
I will, when we wake up, tell
Yep.
everyone.
I still have one on this side and a whopping 5 on this side.
I will, when we wake up, tell everyone, like, I had dream message from Tirla.
What did she want now?
She told us to get out of city. It was a trap, something about the vampires.
That's a little late.
And then she got cut off. Either it was a little late, or there is more trap yet to come.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to the store.
Duh.
Good
Gonna
plan.
buy me some fucking cold steel.
I'm gonna well, I'm gonna ask if everyone else has lost their mark as well.
Unfortunately,
I
not
check.
as much as I would like.
Duh. Go on.
Mine's a scar.
Why do you think that is, though?
Apparently, we have been released from our obligation.
Or whoever was in charge of enforcing the obligation or providing for the obligation is.
Detail we got was it was obligation to Tirla, duh? And if we,
It was obligation to Brambleman through Tira.
duh.
Well-
And thus, completing task Tirla set for us would make go away.
But
that's
we
a-
didn't complete it, and now
Apparently, as
now we.
concerned with her,
But-
she has considered us to have.
I
By
think more
telling us
likely-
flee city and abandon project must have.
Well, I think she may have been attacked and hurt.
I think more likely, regardless of what happened to Tirla, and let's face it, who cares what happened to Tirla?
I do.
He killed half of town.
Regardless, the Bramble Man was the one who was probably enforcing this through, the power of his self. And we've seen that he's been captured. Perhaps he's been removed from his ability to impact things.
Perhaps. Still, it would be odd for active magic outside of him, unless he is actively maintaining Brand, and they are not enchantment casts on us. Then, which perhaps is true, is how maybe connection to him and has been severed, but
I think the empty brands are more just an indication of a deal to be made. When we drawed from that power, that's when they burned in.
I
So
take your word for it. Never did myself.
Did?
And you have scarred, huh?
So I
Still
think
there.
the lack of empty brands is indication of that option being no longer on the table.
Perhaps. Kirla told us to leave city. I do not think we should.
I still find it troubling.
I find it troubling. I do not think we should leave city, though.
We should at least be on alert.
It could very much mean more vampires yet to come.
I feel like there's a roll for you here, but I can't for the life of me figure out what you should roll for it.
Wisdom?
Sure, we'll give you
Straight
a
wisdom?
straight wisdom roll.
Or perception to see what she was implying? or
Okay, yeah,
something?
we'll give you a perception roll. We'll give you
Okay.
perception, that's fine.
Since that is also now sense motive as
Yes.
well. So.
And it's great for you.
I'm collecting them. It's delicious.
Oh, jeez.
Is that a natural one?
That's a natural one. The
That
other
Oh,
is
first
too
one
bad I
was
took away your Bramble brand. You could have spent it.
First one was a 4.
Tragedy.
A total of 4?
No,
No.
it's a total of 17.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled a 4.
Guys, and your bonuses to think level 5 is weird.
And if you want to give me the 17 for the 4, because
Sure.
I re-rolled into a natural 1, so
Yeah.
you can.
Yes,
you
no,
can,
you get the
I'll
higher
let
of
you
the
pick
two
which
when
one you
yes.
want to give me.
I will allow you the higher of the two
Okay.
when you hero point.
It's Jilly. You want my-
Otherwise, there's just hero pointing. It just becomes silly a lot of times. Okay, for a 17, I will say you definitely feel like that spell was messed with. That dream message was did not arrive as it was sent.
I do think I got kind of sense. Like, I have dream message myself now. Have been able to cast and interact. And I do want to say I think spell was somehow tampered.
What do you mean?
Seems like sound seems to be
Okay.
up and running again.
So,
Yeah, what so if people could let us know what kind of the last thing that happened before we had the garbled stuff.
Charlie started talking, but it couldn't really be understood.
Okay, so I had a dream from Tirla saying that there was something about vampires and it being a trap. But the message seemed to be tampered somehow or interfered with, and I was saying that it seems like our best bet is probably to continue on our current course. The message was definitely interfered with, and that perhaps it was delayed. It was meant to warn us of that attack we had, but it was somehow delayed or interrupted. So that's kind of where we are.
Yes.
So, if you have any questions, ask them in chat. We'll answer them for you.
Yes.
Sorry that we've been having technical difficulties all night.
This one's new.
This has been a day.
The microphone problems we've had before, this one's new.
This is a new problem. We need to do some exploring. I
We'll
think
track it down. There we go.
best idea is probably continue on current course. It does seem likely that perhaps the tampering with message was interrupting it, delaying it so it arrive late after ambush. We should have been
Well, it also
forewarned.
could have been modified or something.
that I think is more likely was meant to warn us of vampire ambush. Ashen Man, maybe? Interfere with message so we do not know. So he can attack us and get star thing.
I'm amazed that we still have that.
It's not easy. We had little help.
Well, more importantly, I guess they didn't know about it. I was surprised that Bastion didn't.
Well, then why did our brambles go away only tonight?
Well,
Whatever
Bramble
verdict
Man was captured.
Whatever verdict was reached probably wasn't reached.
I think
until today.
either we have been released from obligation by Tirla and they went away because she considers task fulfilled, or Emmeline's suggestion that is because Brambleman was captured and his power is cut off.
I think it's unlikely to blame it on Tirla because I have also noticed the same thing on my own arms, which, as you know, is from a different origin.
But it seems to represent obligation, and they said our obligation seems to be to Tirla. Thus, it could be if she considers our obligation lifted, the spell considers obligation lifted and is fulfilled. However, also, maybe not. Is difficult to say for sure. We do not have enough information, I think. I think your explanation seems very likely as well. I just think that we shouldn't discount idea that Tirla has lifted obligation from us. If I cast enchantment on you, and then I get captured and put in anti-magic field, enchantment on you still remains. So, if enchantment is branded on arm, and then Brambleman is taken and cut off from power, enchantment already cast should seem to remain, though.
That's assuming that his power works by the same rules.
I think this is one of those ones, unless you've already paid the contract to get that permanent scar. I think it's one of those things that is just an indication that it's possible to spend that energy.
Perhaps.
And I think just by the fact that my scars as well disappeared at the same time,
That is strong evidence.
it's likely bigger than Tirla.
Tirla would not have removed other arms scars. So,
She's a mover in this story, but I don't think she's not as big as the other pieces.
I agree. However, she was our connection to Brambleman. The only reason why I think it might be relevant to her is because she was one that we incurred obligation from. Is only reason I had this brand was because of her. Is only reason why I was thinking. But I think your point that other arm also went away is...
But we can always
Makes it
interpret
less.
it as her setting us free, and therefore we don't have to do anything for her anymore.
I agree. Only reason I was quite as loyal was to get rid of this. I did not want that forever. If we'll stay off, then I will follow what I believe is best rather than her bidding. That said, I do think that for ourselves, and so we can figure out how to not be chased by vampires, should probably look into completing ritual components ourselves, if just to lock them away and have it be secured.
But do we know what the ritual does? Is that
Theoretically, bring things back from the dead.
Well, I have feeling it does more than something that simple.
And we still don't know if that star piece
Bring
is the
someone
last.
back from dead is something that sufficiently powerful cleric of any god can theoretically do. Not quite as easy as wave hand, boom, they're back, but theoretically can be done.
Do you think it has to do with her wife, maybe?
I think has more to do with elementals breaking in from somewhere else and incurring wrath of all gods down on entire regions. And
Right.
destroying docks and killing people and attacking us. Scree.
I'm going to assume she's, I don't know, under a bed or something. Because I don't know what she'd say there. Sorry, Bree.
Da.
Duh.
It seems like ritual maybe has more to do with say it seems like a bit of if I need to cut off a wart. This ritual would be the equivalent of removing wart by removing arm. Seems a lot bigger than simple resurrection. Huh? Is a bit more like
You're talking about the Thorn zombie ritual?
No, I'm talking
No, we're talking about
the ones that we
ritual
were
with
gathering.
the-
out of
okay,
that.
got it. Okay.
I think this would be more like bring someone
see what you
back
mean,
from
yes.
dead by removing barrier between living and dead.
So something much greater.
This seems to be bigger than simple resurrection spell.
So probably isn't tied to that then.
Yes, I think she is catalyst, not solution. Thus, I think it's reasonable to think we may want to continue to pursue these things simply because if we do not, it might end reality. We don't know.
Well, we have to at least pursue them for the next day or so, because if not, I'm pretty sure the Synod is going to have us executed.
And we probably don't want to end reality.
I'm more concerned with the execution right now, actually.
I think both tend to have same effect in the long run, but let's deal with immediate problem, which is don't get killed by Synod. I think seems not tremendously likely.
So, another
But
question.
certainly it's something we don't want to push.
Now that the situation regarding the brands has changed, now does it make sense to bring it up? I mean, Bastion knew
think
that
is-
we were indebted to her.
I think
To a
it's
degree.
I think it's safer to bring up. I still like idea of bring up to Regent first. What was Monk's name? I cannot remember.
Milos?
Milos.
Master Milos?
Bring up to Master Milos first.
That's how I knew.
To
it.
Lord
And by now you've picked up that he's also the regent from conversation.
Lord Regent is probably
I will refer to as whatever he prefers.
Lord Regent Imaros would be appropriate.
She's not wrong.
Society.
Then Lord Regent Imaros, I think, is still safer bring up to him first. I think it's safer now to bring up. Previously, we were being led along, sword at back. It is a bit more excusable to do things in such a circumstance than have taken of own free will and volition to do things. Now we are removed from... Now that sword is removed from neck, we are less of a danger to them and thus more safer to bring up.
Although the counterpoint on that is my going theory on what happened with the brands is that the Brambleman is no longer alive. So
Perhaps.
maybe being associated with him is
If he can
very-
be killed.
between the rest of the members of the conclave.
The knowledge I know is that if anyone can kill a god, it is the gods.
That's what I'm saying. the
But that is
conclave.
also based on idea that somebody can kill a god, even a god. May not be so simple.
They can at least hurt each other. We saw.
I can agree with this, but hurting and destroying are different.
Well, in either case, being a
In either way, he is probably out of commission, neutralized for a moment.
So maybe perhaps
I simply think kill and death may be strong words to use where gods are concerned.
fair, but maybe perhaps revealing that we were tied to them could be dangerous.
Is why I think do not reveal to whole council, but if we reveal to Regent
Regent?
first.
So, as you solidify your plans for the next day's meeting
Front of a
with the
very
Synod.
confused barkeeper over breakfast.
Yes. It's just like,
This is
like,
above my pay grade.
right. I only owed you because rats. Let's renegotiate.
I will ask him, whatever happened to which man with robe? He was here with the cat that flew.
Oh,
Check out.
yeah. I think he left yesterday.
Any idea where he went? He was interesting. I would like to say thank you for his help.
Didn't say.
We should make sure if we ever see him down the line too.
If we see, we should thank him.
So, I think as you are finishing your second day for the meeting, that is a good place to leave it for the night. And a good place for you all to reach level 6.
Yeah. The 6th of the levels.
Gonna get all the spells.
You also will have time to go buy things if you need things to be bought.
Don't we also get
We
like
can do that
a
in downtime.
ancestry defeat at this level?
Get something. I don't
5th
know.
level, I think, had the ancestry feat.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
I
was.
think you're right.
Oh, I got
So,
society.
'Cause I
Thank
wanted
you
to
all
take the one that gives
for
me-
joining us this evening.
Another.
Sorry again for the technical issues. We're going to figure out what the fuck that was.
We made it through.
Tonight's episode has been brought to you by Cthulhu.
Yes.
Tonight's
Radio
episode has been
static.
brought to you by.
It's been brought to you by my hairline thinning, which wasn't a thing that was happening before. But,
It's happening today.
He's been
Yeah.
pulling it out all day, so at this point,
By the giant
you got him a
storm that's
wig on the
outside.
break.
So,
Oh.
oh my god. I was
Oh,
going to
no.
show it off too.
Everything is terrible.
So, before we
Let's show off the set, though. I mean,
Actually,
let's show it off.
wanna
This-
give
this
people a
thing
chance
is
to get a
great.
decent look.
for those of you who weren't here, that you got to look at it. It's pretty amazing. Do we want to do it maybe just after doing end announcements
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
stuff, and
That's
then show
fair.
it off
I'll
after?
give people a chance
Yeah.
to look at it after the
So,
stream.
yeah.
Okay, so a couple of quick things. We should be just pretty much straight back to normal next Sunday. Hopefully there won't be hilarious amounts of snow and missing goblins. Because I feel like Scree would have had a lot of good things to say, and I was just too scattered to think of what they would be.
Lake effect snow.
I'm
folks.
sure Bree
Yeah.
will inform us all of how badly we misrepresented her
I
wanting
just
to burn
didn't
things.
represent her.
Yes. She is, but yeah, snow. Snow's a hell of a thing in Cleveland, and she was very buried.
Yes. So hopefully we will have our Scree back for the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed the wrap of the first story arc.
I was.
Got intense.
Fought a god, y'all.
And we're kind of winning.
Well,
I mean, until he actually
we
decided
were kind
that
of
killing
not
you was
dying.
more. Yes, I think at a certain point he decided that killing you was more convenient than continuing with other means.
We
but-
were kind of not getting blatantly mind controlled was about all we could manage.
It was less winning and more not completely losing.
But
It's like,
yeah,
that's what he gets for targeting the best will save in the group and first. Here's someone wisdom based with a high will save.
so yeah, hopefully
Gonna roll well.
everyone will join us again this at 4 p.m. next Sunday for the continuation as we roll into Arc 2. I've got some plans.
Yep. And just remember, we've got social media down below. We'd love to see you all on our
Yes.
Discord. This whole thing will be up on YouTube. Anything you missed, you can catch it on YouTube.
Yep, hopefully
Um,
minus all of
Post
the-
regularly on Twitter. We got Facebook as well. So find us on any social media. We also do have a Patreon, so feel free to check out our Patreon. I would like to thank Fooly Percival for
Yes.
donating on Patreon. Shout out to you.
Woo!
Your contributions are what helps make us have tech to have difficulties with.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been getting some new tech lately because of things like
Yep, we got new
contributions
stuff.
on
You
Patreon.
can notice we have a new
And,
little follower and subscription option down below. That is because we can tinker with tech thanks to contributions.
Speaking of which, thank you to everybody who has subscribed with us over the last couple of months.
thank you very much.
For those of you who subscribe with Twitch Prime, just so you know, it does not automatically re-up that.
Mhm.
So when you get a chance, if you could
Check your
hit the
Twitch
little
Primes.
subscribe with Twitch Prime button for us again, it really makes a huge amount of difference in our
It really
lives.
does a lot.
So I guess until next Sunday,
Yeah.
thank you once again for being with us. And keep your friends close and your dice closer. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.